Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are in the world. You are now here with the Wrexham Red Horde, and we're going to be watching Wrexham Exeter. The man, the myth, the legend, Sean Driver, not in his seat at the moment. He's running to get some coffee, and he was up at 5:30, a little late for our earlier stream. If you missed it, we were streaming both the Charlton Huddersfield game, which was just a thumping by Charlton. Hey, Dave Foster, nice to see you. Jay Real, Will, Jason, Gamer World, everyone. Jack, nice to see you. And Sean did the Stockport Burton game. Burton was rolling over, not playing hard most of the game, according to Sean. And Stockport had 2 goals, and Burton scored one late, started to show some energy, had some chances, and was unable to draw back. So Stockport won and Charlton won, the 2 results that we did not want today. But a win here today by Wrexham over Exeter will certainly make us not at all concerned about the results from earlier today. Let's see here. I'm going to be changing to some of the other screens here. Just give me a moment, guys. I will start out with the table, I guess, and then I will move over to Discord and show you some of the great stuff that Andy and some of the other guys that are regulars on the Discord server have uploaded. Hello, Travis. Angel coming in early as usual. So when you look at the table, Birmingham's running away with the number 1 position in automatic bid. Wrexham in second, 74 points. Wycombe with a game in hand behind Wrexham in third at 71. And then Charlton Athletic, 1 game played ahead of us. So we have a game in hand, and they're at 69 points. Stockport, again, they've played 1 more game because they played earlier today. They have 68. And then Huddersfield, who played earlier today, they're only at 38 games played, and they have 61 points. They have to be concerned because Bolton has a game in hand on them, and they're at 60 points. Leyton Orient, who played earlier this week and won, are at 59. And Reading, with multiple games in hand, only 37 games played, and they have 59. So they are in it. That would be a hell of a story for Reading, with all the turmoil, to somehow sneak into the playoffs and then upset a couple of teams and end up going up. That'd be at least something to watch. I hope that the Reading fans at least are in the hunt for that playoff spot till the very end. Give them something to watch on a positive note. Shannon, nice to see you. John Lane, Michael Smith. Good to see everybody here. Let me hop over and show you the lineup. Same as last week. Arthur and Net, Lewis Brunt, Max Clearworth, and O'Connell in the back. Longman on 1 wing and McLean on the other. You got Matty James defensively in the midfield, Dobson in the middle, and Ollie Rathbone up front in the midfield. And, of course, we got Smith and Rodriguez. Rodriguez getting off the schneid, getting his first goal in a Wrexham jersey last week. So hopefully he can build off of that momentum, feel like he doesn't really have that as much pressure as he did before. And hopefully they go out and play better today. Subs on the bench, you got Howard, Revan, Scar, Barney, Lee, Marriott, and Fletcher. Hey, Denise, nice to see you. Good morning. Just give me a second here. I'm going to pull up the Discord, see what we got going on there. I'm going to do this for a second while I try to make sure things are going well with the Discord screen. they are. All right, so Sean has some graphics, but I'm not going to go to Sean's graphics. Those are his graphics. I'll pull them up in a minute when Sean gets back on. But let's look at some picks from W&G here. This is at Exeter. Always love seeing the pictures of the stadium. St. James Park is where Exeter plays. Getting to see the back alleys of Exeter. Good stuff. Thank you, W&G, for those. What else do we got? Showing Wrexham's run of the whole season here, and showing what we have for our last set of games. Exeter, then we have a Tuesday night game against Cambridge. Then we have Burton Albion, Wigan, Bristol Rovers, Blackpool. Those are the games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. Out of those 6 games, if we win 5, we're going to be putting ourselves at 89 points. 89, 90 points should do it to get that that number 2 spot. Unless Wycombe goes bananas, I don't see it happening. 15 to 16 points should get us there, which means we could lost wins and not draws with those other games, and still end up in that number 2 spot. So if we're looking at all the remaining games, Exeter, Lincoln, and Charlton are arguably the games that we would have the most reasonable chance to not win. So, and I don't want to say it. Sean's the one that jinxes us anyway, so I can say it. If we were to not win today against Exeter, that would not mean that we're somehow derailed or anything. We're in a great position. We can afford to lose 2, maybe 3. So if we were not to get 3 today, wouldn't be the worst thing. But 3 today would put a ton of pressure on Wycombe, and then we'd have Cambridge next, who's been a little bit up and down, but for the most part not playing well. So we'd be in really good position. Giselle, nice to see you. There's my mother, Michelle. Hello. Woody's back in, and W&G back in. They were with us earlier today on the other stream. Let's see, what else do I have here? We had, by the way, if you hadn't seen, Welsh Techie, who's often in the chat, has his own podcast. It is Eat More Chips. They had their 100th episode, and they had our guy, Sean Driver, in on that show. So go check it out if you haven't, and subscribe to Welsh Techie's site, Eat More Chips. So as you can see, the link up there. We have another great graphic, the standard one that Andy always creates for us, where he's showing all the games on Saturday. And he has the early games marked as such with the with that, and of course at the top, Wrexham versus Exeter. And then next game that we're really looking at is it would be great if Lincoln could take points from Wycombe. We really don't care about the Birmingham game against Shrewsbury. Again, they're pretty much untouchable at the moment. And I don't know, other games of note is the I'd say probably the Reading game against Posh. That's a game they probably need to win. And if you're caring about who would be in the playoffs, Bolton is right there. They can jump into that playoff spot with a win today at Blackpool. So we'll see about that. What else do I have here? Great picks. I'll have Sean's graphics ready when he wants to talk about them. I'll switch to something else. He's snaking his way back in here.
You can bring me in.
You are almost in, Sean. Let me see here. You are in, sir.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching the world. Thank you, Brendan, for holding that down as I ran around and did a bunch of stuff. Just was going through the roster as I was looking at things for Exeter City. We know what we've got coming in, but it's interesting looking at their lineup. They're missing a lot of players. Niskanen. So just going through their top lineup. So as far as minute producing players, Whitworth, McMillan, McGuinness, and Francis are their top 4 minute men, and they're into this. But Niskanen, he's had 27 starts. I believe he's injured. He's out. Well, he's on the bench anyways, so he'll be available at some point. Krama, one of their defenders, a French defender, 23 years of age, who I recall looking quite capable in the last game that we played with them. He did make a couple of mistakes, but he comes with good, a solid reputation in any event. He's had 22 starts. He's not in the lineup. Woods, who's next on the list. So this is their 5th most minutes, 6th most minutes, 7th most minutes, all out of the lineup. Ali, who is their leading scorer and has the 8th most number of minutes with 22 starts. He's got 9 goals. He's out of the lineup. And it just continues. Sweeney, who's next in line, defender, out of the lineup. So that's 3 midfielders, 1 forward, and 2 defenders who are top minute guys who aren't in on this one. So that's fascinating. Jones, Yogain, Caldwell, the 3 names that slide in to replace some of that. So significant changes for Exeter City and something to behold in any event. If you've got the graphics that are up, let me just open them up on my end. The things that draw my attention, anyway, middle of the table as you'd expect from an Exeter City team that sits tied for 14th. As far as their recent form, you can see it. It's 6 games that they haven't had a loss in. They beat Mansfield and Shrewsbury at home, 2-0, 2-0, and they've had 3 draws away. This is a team that doesn't necessarily score a bunch. They're -1 on goals for goal differential. And so that's kind of what I take away from that stat. As far as what style of play that they have, this is an efficient team. You look at our efficiency, goals per shots on target, 35%. We're 3rd in the league. They're tied for 1st, 36%. Their downside, they're worst in the league on shots on target per 90. So they don't get a lot of opportunities. They close when they have those opportunities. But I wonder if that's going to be influenced with the absence of Mr. Ali from Ireland, who has 9 goals and 1 assist, which they're sort of scoring by committee. The next contributor is Josh McGuinness from Northern Ireland, who's got 5. Save percentage, average goaltending throughout the year. As far as the possession goes, they're a little bit better than us, but not outstanding. And then you look, they're comfortable passing the ball around. Where they struggle, their fought mob goals, one of the worst in the league, which is shocking to me, given their efficiency, but also indicative of the fact that they just don't generate chances. And so, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I've got everything all set up here as I seem to be working. Take that for what you will. They not a lot of crosses. Their team, they're comfortable with a long ball, and they seem to be comfortable working through the middle. So I expect that's how they'll end up coming at us, is a little bit more through the ground. The referee for this one, Alex Chilowich from New Jersey, the American, and I don't recall anything exceptional from him. He's had a couple of games with us. He came over, lots of experience with the MLS, did a lot of CONCACAF refereeing for internationals. Came over to the EFL last year, did his first game as the lead official, December 23rd of 2023. We've seen him at the Shrewsbury match this year. We won 3-0 at home. I've seen him in another game, and it wasn't the Wrexham game that I drew this conclusion. It was the other one, that he's somebody who is active as far as his guidance during the game. He doesn't necessarily give away a lot of cards, or at least that was sort of the 71 referees to date. His yellow cards, he's 50th. His red cards, he's 13th overall at 0.19, which is more than the norm, but not egregiously so. 0.012 being the average, 0.19 being his. And he does give a little bit more pens away than the norm. 0.2 is the average in the league, and he's at 0.31. but it's hard. He's refereed more than any other referee in League One. This has been his home all season. He's done 16 games. And so what I remember from him is he's a guy that likes to direct a lot and to feel the importance of his position by admonishing the players around him. But I don't necessarily think, and I certainly don't hope, that he's going to play a factor in this one as far as he seemed to be pretty capable, was my recollection. But I'll reserve judgment for later. Did you bring up our lineup? I
did. Yeah. Want me to go back to it?
No, don't need to go back to it as long as it was covered. We'll get in through that one. If you are just joining, obviously Charlton and Huddersfield. Brendan got the pleasure of watching Charlton absolutely blitz Huddersfield, and I don't have any sound. Is that just me?
You mean you don't hear me at all?
No, I hear you. I'm talking for my game, my live watch. I don't hear Mark Griffiths. I don't hear
I'm on Paramount, not iFollow, so I'm not sure.
If anybody's on iFollow, let me know if you've got something. I'm going to go and check a different app and see if it's my connection. Oh, it might be just me. There we go. It was me. My headphones weren't plugged in properly. There we go. I was just getting to the point of panicking, just not being able to hear anything. And the other match, I don't know if I call it a distinct pleasure, but I watched Stockport take down 2-1 over Burton in a game that Burton just didn't get anything going until the very, very, very end of the game. Just not a lot of fire in the belly until they scored. The most effort they put in was getting the ball back to the midfield stripe so they could get the game underway. This one in Exeter, and I don't know what they're showing on the screen here. That looks like a castle, not a church, but that's an epic building. What's our thoughts as far as prediction? I don't have the chat up, so I'm going to have to open that up. But score predictions. Did you have one for this one, Brendan?
I like the 3-1.
You like the 3-1? Bold. I don't think that there's going to be a lot of goals in this one. 3-0 Wrexham, 2-0 Wrexham. I think this is going to be a low-scoring one. I would like to see us. Charlton gained, 4 on us? I'd like to see us turn it over and get one where we do run away with 3-0, 2-0, or everything. John Lane, 1-0 for the record, so they can say the Wrexham is the worst team ever to get promoted to the championship. I'm there for you. And if nothing else, watch the Eat More Chips podcast, because I end up being the negative Nancy out of that group as far as the discussions. 3 goals. Lee's got the right idea. To me, it's either a 2-1 or a 1-0. I do think that we've got enough to take the 3 points. This is what we do. We scratch, we claw. I fully expect that we're going to be at the half and entirely frustrated with performance. And then hopefully we're able to get that. Look at this stoic young man on the iFollow stream taking this in, sitting down in front of his mother with his toque and a scarf on. That is a gorgeous sight. Keeper kit on. He's all bundled up, ready to go. RKO, nice to have you here. Can't be active in the chat. Got the laptop and earning some crypto on the phone. Do your thing. They're a bottom end club, but their stats aren't necessarily indicative of a team that's in the bottom end. It's a team you can't give opportunities, and so this isn't one where the reason why I don't necessarily like that is our style, and where I'm a little bit nervous. Our style of play is to let teams sort of come after us. And I'm just going to open this and add some extra light to me. We let teams come at us, and then we defend well. This is a team that, when they're given an opportunity, tends to score. And so I'm hoping that they're able to stop things at the midfield and move things over. One thing that gives me some comfort in that is they're missing 3 of their top midfielders. They don't have a loss in the last 5. They've been playing well. The goalkeeper's average. I think there's goals in this one for us to be had. And so we'll see. Algonquin could be the difference in this one. And I think there might be a time. I'll call it. I'm going to say it's a 2-1, and we look back at the game and we say that save in the X minute was the difference in this one. And we'll see how that one goes for predictions. For everybody that's here, 90 minutes, or 90 of you already tuned in. Thank you to our sponsor, Ultimate Promotions, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. If you're looking for pins, if you're looking for medals for competition, you want to trade those, do whatever you want to do, award them. Soft enamel, hard enamel, reach out to ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. They've been nice enough to cover with some cash to make sure that we are ad-free all season long. Free artwork, 48 hours or 48 years of service, free shipping. They'll get you set up. And Des says, we bullied them at our place and dominated them. Yes, we did. I don't know. We tend to be a team that doesn't bully squads. I think the only reason why I would consider a 3-1 is because their midfield. Like, you look at their midfield, McMillan's a regular, but and I guess Franson is somewhat of a regular, but they're missing their next 3 on their list of minute guys in Niskanen, Woods, and Atchison.
We are flush with Dave's in the chat.
Yeah.
Dave Wood, Dave Foster, Dave Craddy, Dave Nicholson. Wow.
Lee, the trip was absolutely amazing, and I was treated better than I could have imagined. The nice thing about the trip, and the thing that I wanted, and I talked to Jason Smith about this at the Welsh Hall yesterday over a couple of beer, is I went over and I didn't want to set up, like, yes, Matt at the Racecourse Ramble, who put me up in his place, and I'm super thankful for letting me couch surf. I ran into Welsh Techie, and we had lots of conversations. Matt Al. I ran into Sarah Ricketts, a host of other people who shouted my name as I was walking around. But I didn't want to set up meetings and meet and greets and shake hands and all that sort of stuff. What I wanted to do was experience Wrexham as much as I could, as though I was just a newbie walking it. Because I figured there's going to be lots of times where I go to Wrexham and I can then go for coffee and go for a drink and invite people over and set things up. And it just, the pulse of Wrexham and the shine, I described it as the soul of the community in the Eat More Chips podcast, astounded me and maybe shocked me a little bit. And I remember being sort of awestruck by how friendly and positive everybody was. And then I realized I probably shouldn't be, because that's what we saw in the documentary, and that's why a lot of us fell in love with the club. So I mean, I'm more invested in Wrexham having gone now than I've ever been, and so I had an absolute blast.
Alex with the Cheech and Chong, Dave's not here reference. Very nice. Dave's not here, man.
Another Dave nicely checking in from Monterey. We're going to have it like a Dave man or something like that.
Yeah.
we will only allow for a half dozen Daves, anything more. And you got to get into it.
But if Daves were only allowed in here, we would just only lose half the people in the chat. So
we'll just apply a tariff. Once you go past 6.
Tariffs for non-Daves.
Yeah. So already out there, I do remember this guy, because as soon as I see him, he likes to have his chatter. It doesn't influence the gameplay as much, but he likes to have his chatter. Does this American referee from New Jersey with the shortest pants, tightest pants. And he's already having a chat. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the boss. You can just see the swagger. So Wrexham in gold, going from left to right. I don't have my FOTMOB open. What am I going to do with my life? And we're underway. Sam Smith sets it back all the way to Mr. Clueworth, and he's going to go long down the middle of the pitch to get things started. Too heavy, and it's easily collected. Isn't this a tariff-free zone? We just want fair watching. McLean, left side, into the box, banged away, and early we've got a push on. Keep the pressure on. Matty James clapping his hands, trying to get people fired up. Rathbone gets it to McLean, takes it on the inbounds, a little bit too heavy and can't get it. It's into the box, and it's going to get cleared away by Exeter City and looped up over top. One man there, EOC. He's not able to control it, and it goes to the left-hand side, and this is going to be Young Eye gets it out, gets the return pass. Young Eye now, Dobson over, tough tackle, but Young Eye maintains it. Too much touch, too much collision, too much physicality, and Longman now brings down. I love the official, the referee at this point, just because of how active he is, describing what's going on. Strange reality. I declare this channel the 51st state. Governor Sean. I declare and you respect my sovereignty. Right footer put in far into the box. EOC and Rodriguez sort of collide. They're able to get it away in relief, but it's not a strong clearance. Ricochets around. Longman, only man over there, and he's able to chip it up in the air. And does he get the return back? He does. Sam and Longman, and here they come. There's a 2-on-1. Longman can get it to Smith, and he does. Continues the run. Rodriguez over on the other side. We've lost the advantage of the counter, so it's brought back to Dobson, and he's going to go on the switch over to the left-hand side. Brunt, up forward, McLean. This game's got some action to it. This isn't, we're not coming out slow on this one. This is good to see, and from both sides. They're into it. Longman into the area. Box right there. Down. Shot. Oh, it's blocked right in front. 8 yards away. Rathbone, you kind of wanted him to pull that left, and he kind of went to the right, and instead it got blocked down. And so an opportunity early on. Rock Chick, how are ya? And Joke Sparrow, 10 p.m. there. So that's got to put you on the west coast of Australia. Man, who's we're operating the camera here? I'm staring more. Zoom out. Thank you, Jesus. I don't know if were you dealing with that on your stream where it's went way too high and then zoomed it out. And David Wood declares independence from all other days. For security reasons, Dave, they're just going to take over all of the Daves and unify to defend yourselves from all other threats. Yeah. The rafters are clean. Yes, we've had the check. Thank you to the cameraman. Longman still with it, control and possession. James sweeps it over. Is it going to go far enough to get to McLean? It's not. It's cleared there by McMillan. Throw in, going to be 40 yards in. Score early, lads, because Dave Foster from Seattle to Manchester tomorrow. So flippin' hyped. I hate everybody. Jason's going over. Dave's going over. I want to be over. Josh, I think, might be heading over for the last two, is the chat. And so I'm just happy to be here with all of you. Kluwer thrown back in. Lots of possession early on. I don't have the stats up. Well, it actually says that needs to be updated. 60-40 for them? That don't make no sense. Welcome to the Dave Rave. It's up. Is he offside? Sam Smith scores, but the flag is up. He's offside, not me, he says. Parky's sitting on the cooler. He's never sitting. That's the magic. Maybe he's got an injury, a little bit of a needle. See, this is the benefit of me waking up early. As much as, well, not even waking up. I slept in. I had to get the message from Brendan when that was what set it off. I've slept through all alarms, and then it was just a simple ding from Brendan that said, join when you're ready. If I forget someone's name today, just call him Dave. I'll be correct 90% of the time. I'm with you, Bruce. especially with what happened this morning as far as Stockport and Charlton getting points. Huddersfield now near the bottom. It's going to be interesting to watch that Bolton game. Who else is in that table chase? But below them, Reading. And how they perform today is Huddersfield at threat of not being able to make the playoffs here with their recent performance. At Exeter with an opportunity now. McLean steps in front of it, blocks it down. It's going to be a throw in 6 yards away. It's Jones trying to dance McLean, and McLean says, no, not having it. It's an interesting flag. It's Exeter City. It had it looked like a red lion. But when at first glance, it looked, I thought dragon, but then I saw the tail. Reading up 1-0, just on cue, W&G. Reading making that playoff push. Brendan, you were asking the question earlier in the broadcast this morning about what it would be if Reading was to make the playoffs. Yeah, for sure. Moving forward, lots of action going on here. Sam Smith has it. He's just on the outside of the area, tries to cross too heavy. And Longman can't get there. Whew. These guys are going to be exhausted at the 25-minute mark. I'm going to need to have a nap at halftime. It's just up and down the pitch. Can't hear Brendan, they say. Hey, Jeff. You're going to have to officially change your name to Dave if you want to play with us today, because everybody seems to be the same shit, different Dave. Barnsley up 1-0 on Wigan. And obviously for us, the other game that we're going to be keeping a close eye on, Wycombe and Lincoln City, for obvious reasons. Where's our crossing mojo? I'm all for it, Dave. I didn't get a chance to look at the Discord to get through it. And yes, always thanks to W&G for the score updates, as we've got a foul here, and it's going to be Exeter City on their own side of the halfway line. And hit the demonstrative referee. He's active. I'll take any win, but yes, I would like to. You know what? I would like to match Charlton's output. No pressure. Let's put up a 4 spot. Just get 3 points. March on. Parkinson no longer sitting on the cooler.
You're giving it to the ref. Both sides. Neither one. No one's happy with it.
Demonstrative Hartridge walks away. The coach is sitting there admonishing Parkey. He looked a lot closer. Oh, I see, because they're both on the – Parkey's on the closest to the midfield stripe in his box, and the Exeter coach is on his side, close of the box, coach closest to the line, and they're having words. The disbelief on the Exeter City coach's fan that Parkey was so involved in this game. Maybe it's the character of the enthusiasm. It is a little bit torn up, Dave. That's a good call. I feel, John, like it's that they've got kids operating the camera. You know how when you watch a high school,
a little too active,
yeah. Amateur, like sort of, hey, we need somebody to operate the camera. I'll do it. You're kind of someone's at the controller. It just seems
the AV club rookies.
Yeah, and so whoever's operating the camera switching, the transitions is just sitting there mashing the button. We're getting all camera angles all the time, bouncing around.
This is the most camera switches we've seen. We just usually get that long view, right?
Yeah, I'm getting dizzy trying to track the ball here. Another
like I can produce. Watch
another camera switch. Hit it again. Susie hits the ball. Yeah, there it is. It is. This is AV Club, grade 98. Oh, opportunity outside the area. Rodriguez always spun it off of his right, tried to curl onto it, but punched it a little bit too far forward, and it's cleared by Exeter City. And here they come, long, searching ball. looking for Yong'ai, Yogain. What did I think that was Yong'ai? Too much Korean influence on things. Yogain, and he gets bullied by Cleworth and Longman with the little chip over top and the spin. But Yogain able to collect it. Yogain, right-hand side.
Someone changed their name to Dave Daverson just to be part of the Dave.
Dave Daverson. Oh, man. What frustrates me is this channel has no sense of humor. Oh, man. Giselle, are you getting sick? Like, I feel like I need to step back because I'm going to end up getting... Man, just enjoy a view for a second. So I can't even see what's following along here. Just when you start to track where the players are, it swaps to another angle. I'm assuming you're getting the same feed that's bouncing around all over the place?
Yeah, the same camera.
Gonna do a long throw from 35 yards out. Oh, it wasn't that far out, maybe 25 yards out, but knocked and headed down. Brunt able to put it to ground, but then doesn't clear. So and then a missed pass.
Kids in the Hall.
Puritan tries to get it back to Yogan and doesn't do it.
Canadian comedy show, very good.
I'm the chicken lady. Of course, I watch Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, the head guy there was Dave.
Hi, Deandra. You're going to have to change your name to Dave Andra. Nice to have you here. The women at the race course tomorrow.
Oh, no.
No?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Britain Ferry tomorrow. Deandra taking that one in. Oh, misplay. Yogain into the area. Has to turn. He ran himself too close to the goal line. Didn't have the angle. Unfortunately, has to draw it back. McGinnis has it. Did he get a corner out of that one? He did, as James came back and knocked that one down.
Well, Deandra's in Bogota. Does that mean, are you going to be back tomorrow for the game, Deandra, or do I have to pull in
a Dave? We can just draft any Dave that we want.
Yeah.
It is going to be a wild match tomorrow. And you can change your name to Dave Bryn. Headed away, and it's going to be Exeter City looking to collect, and they're able to do so. They get it out to the left-hand side, and that's Hartridge who was up there, but he misplays that. It's going to go harmlessly for a goal kick. Dave and the Davidsons. Was watching the March 29th, 2024 Mansfield match this morning. Dang, do I miss those Ben Tozer tosses. Santiago, how are you, my friend? Oh, that's awesome. Won't be watching today, helping out with a kids program for underprivileged children. Let's go Reds. You know what? Kudos to you, Santiago. Massive respect for that and taking the time out. Enjoy your day. And I take dibs on Davey. Rodriguez takes it. Is he onside? He is. Lots of red jerseys around him, so he sweeps it out to McLean over on the left-hand side. Rathbone's there as an outlet. He's going to give it to him. 22 yards out. Switch on. Over to Matty James. 25 yards out. Flicked on. Looking for Longman. Heads into the area. Headed away by Exeter City. And it's going to go to Yogain over on the right-hand side. Cleworth wins the battle with him, though. Frees out an extra possession. Gets it back out through Longman and Dobson. Back over to Longman. Pushed into the back. Do we get a free kick? No, it's going to be a throw in, and Longman's holding the back of his legs. That's a weird place to hold for an injury. Like that's one of those ones that it's either he did do something or he just.
What's not protected? You get kicked there. That's pain.
It's not an Achilles. It's not a hammy. Like what are you holding on? Like what would be hurt here? Shouldn't they be? I don't know how to pronounce that. But I assume it's David.
Oh, no, he stepped on the back.
The physicality there is all that was from Purington. I don't think
he stepped on the back of his heel.
I'm okay with it not given. It's a weird one because he had his left leg up. Well, that wasn't the planted foot that he hurt. It was the one that was in the air.
Can you hear me, Sean?
I can.
Yeah, he stepped on the back of his foot.
Oh, did he step on the back of his foot?
Yeah. Right. Looked like he stepped right above the shoe. He stepped right on it while it was planted.
A cleat down to the heel, that hurts. Oh, they missed it with the camera angle. I'm just listening to Mark Griffiths. The fans are getting unruly. The referee wants him off the pitch, and apparently the color commentator is saying that Longman was off the pitch and then rolled back on. To the ire of the fans. I was trying to wonder, why is there all this booing? I was too with the
that
camera.
Shouldn't even count as a pitch. That pitch is garbage. I mean,
Yeah.
Dirt patch.
I'm going to lower my score prediction to 1-0 now after seeing the pitch, even despite our being shot out of the cannon so far early. I mean, we look good. I think there's goals in this, and unfortunately for probably, I don't want it to be both sides, because then I think it's going to be tough to go.
Really, I see us as playing very active. I think we could easily get a couple goals.
Yeah. Mark making the same comment that I just made. The referee shorts are awfully tight. They are. Longman's okay. Cleat to the back. It's not going to be a long time thing, just a sting and a. I mean, take 3 butter knives and jab them into your legs and scrape them down. Owie.
He can't change his name for 14 days. He's stuck with Dave Davidson.
Oh, that's
joke's on him now.
That's a highlight. That's a highlight. Longman on the throw knocks it down. Physical contact. The ref letting that sort of stuff go. The shoulder barges permitted to go. Whitworth gets us back underway. Right hand side. That's going to be through McMillan, I assume. Although I can't see his number. That doesn't look like a 2. So I don't know who that was. But collected by us, and we're going to work forward through Brunt. Lifts it high in the air, looking for Smith. Headed back, and it's going to go to Whitworth harmlessly. Dave Foster didn't realize spandex was an option for the refs. Was it Colchester? Was it Forest Green? What was the team that had those really short shorts last year? I ended up having to look up the jersey rules, and they don't have a rule against the length of shorts. It's just as long as the number is clearly visible. So it really only has to be like a quarter of an inch longer than the size of the number. Headed away. Oh, headed back. Exeter City with an opportunity, but well done. That was Dobson and Matty James coming back on a loose ball and collapsing to be able to take that away. And Cluworth puts it forward. Too much mustard on it. Just a bit outside. Reference to opening day in baseball. Good luck to Canada's team. Chipped up over top. Exeter City all the way down. Got Brunt shoulder to shoulder. They're running forward. Brunt maintains control, and well done, sir. Hooks it out, gets it wide, and it's there for a throw in now instead of a corner, as he was shoulder to shoulder and took that one away.
Yeah, Bob Euchre from
Bob Euchre. I didn't even know he passed away this year. Baseball player, wrestling, most famous for baseball broadcasting, obviously. That's unfortunate. O'Connell's been good today. I've been critical, and you know this, Brendan, but his position play and they seem to be putting a lot of balls into the feet through the middle of the pitch, and he's been there repeatedly.
Yeah, that was good deep by Longman too on this guy.
And AFC Wimbledon is on record for the only League Two kit I saw other than Wrexham kit in Vancouver. It was one of those ones I had to do a double take because I was like, what? That's a Wombles kit. No, massive appreciation to Brendan Day for stepping up. I would love to cover all the women's matches, but unfortunately, I have family and kids that need a dad to be in their life and can't give away all of the hours in the weekend. Need to get out and do activities and things. So it's I'm appreciative of the assistant and in awe of the growing community and people's willingness to help out. And so, thanks to you guys. Controlling this pitch would be a pro skill. Yeah, no kidding. Maybe our long ball terrorist football strategy is the winning one. Don't build it through the floor. Keep it in the air because you can't touch it. If it's not bouncing all over the place on the ground, we're more likely to have success. How is 22 minutes passed already?
They're still showing the same intensity. I really like it. That's why I think good things are going to happen today.
Well done, Rathbone, able to eke that one away, but given away by Brunt, and McLean gets pulled down and earns the free kick. Well done by him. A little bit easy going down, but he certainly had contact. That's a long-winded way of saying Sean hates women. Oh, boy. No. Crawley up 1-0 on Rotherham. Thank you, W&G. Matty James with it through the deck, hooks it over.
I agree with John Lane. I want to giggle every time I see Arthur do his little tiptoe dance coming up to the ball to kick it.
You need your the Fred Flintstone Barney Rubble bowling.
Yeah. Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah. McLean gets it 16 yards out, 10 yards out, draws it back. Rathbone right-footed, scores! From distance, 25 yards. I was like, I don't know if he's got this in him from this sort of distance, but he lines it up brilliantly, slams that one home, beats Whitworth. Hey, the early pressure, the early effort has us up. Woohoo! Take it, lads.
I don't know. I thought I heard some guy say that he thought good things were about ready to happen today. I don't know.
I wonder who that was. Did somebody also say that Rathbone is just a box-to-box guy who doesn't have? I mean, oh, did that get deflected? It did get deflected. That came off of somebody's head, and was that Rodriguez? It might have been from the celebration. I don't know if it was an own goal. We'll have to go keep an eye on FOTMob for the scoring recap, as it did bang off of somebody's head. The field goal is good. Give them 3 points. Woo! Don't care who scored.
I give that goal 3 Daves.
Sorry?
I give that goal 3 Daves.
You give that goal 3 Daves. Thank you, sir. May we have another? Exeter City with an opportunity here. 2 yards cross into the box, and guess who's there? EOC monster defensively early on. Every opportunity, except for the Brunt coming back, has been eaten and destroyed by EOC. Yeah, so far it says Oliver Rathbone with the goal and the assist to James McLean, but I think that hit somebody in the head. I'd like another Rathbone, please. Give me 11. I don't know if he can be a keeper. And that was the weirdest. I think that was a mishit by Ogonko. I think he got underneath that one by accident, but anyways, it went through the middle of the pitch. Let's get another one. I thought so too. Here's another better angle. Let's see. Yeah, that's an own goal off of the defender's head. That's number 20. Turns. Is his name Dave Turns? No, Ed Turns. A Walian from Wales. Well, we appreciate his service. Oh, he played Welsh under U21, but he's from Bright. More goals, please. I'm with you, Andy. And from Argentina, Alfonso. How are you? Welcome. We're going to get a corner here. McLean's going to get that off an effort from Matty James. Everybody's plugged in. Like, it is like, if you were to say man of the match on this one, I guess so far early on, 26 minutes in, I think EOC's there. I think Rathbone's there, obviously, is the goal scorer. But man, like, everybody's dialed in on this one. Give me another 60 minutes plus of this, please. McLean, left footer, he's kicking bags out of the way. James moves forward to take a short corner. He's still in position there if they want to give it to him. Here comes the left footer up. It's far post. It's too heavy and it's wide.
Yeah, that's the most juice I've seen him put on one in a while. He's pumped.
Just call everyone Dave from here on out. My head is already spinning. It came off of Dave Fender's head. More goal. That would have been the perfect outcome. I was really hoping for it when I saw Turns, and I was like, please tell me his name is Dave Turns. Ed Turns, 6 games this year, age 22. Well, the injuries being a problem, I'm assuming they're injuries, as they're without 2 defenders in Krama and Sweeney. Krama, if I recall correctly, is usually on the outside, so I assume that would have been like Sweeney's position. Don't know. If you're an Exeter fan and you're here, hit the subscribe button. And thank you for Alfonso for joining in and hitting the subscribe button. Like buttons work too. Let the algorithm gods know that we're here as we have a little fun with this one. A nice little tackle there by Rathbone. Flips it into Sam Smith and it gets chipped away from him, and Exeter's going to try and clear. Rathbone tries to get it. Takes a stab can. EOC, he's there. Like a rock. Pass forward into the box. Sam Smith not going to be able to turn, so he draws it back. Longman has it. Can he get a cross in? 2 men on. Draws it back to Cleworth then. 25 yards out. Right-footed. Put in. Chested down. Knocked back. Matty James with it. Fakes one way. Goes the other. We are everywhere. Like, try and follow along with what the heck is going on as Longman has it, and it gets stabbed away. And holy moly. If this is Davy Ball, Angel, I am all for it. Bring in all of the Daves. It's a 14-day penalty, but we will change all of our names to Dave something. There it is. They're everywhere. In the midfield, finds Dave Outlaw, deep ball into the box, over top of Dave, but Dave sneaks it in the far post. Another one. What's going on with the Dave?
Another person owning up to being a Dave.
Yeah.
Forget the flop counter. We can get a Dave counter.
No, what you need is a bouncer with a counter that says, that's our 5. No more people in here, please.
Yeah.
I'm glad. See, this is what happens when I wake up. I'm not so tired. I get some energy into me. I bang the cobwebs out, because when I finished the first one, I was like, man, I got to be better for the next one, because I was sleepy. 30 minutes coming up here pretty shortly, and this has been one full of action. Brunt with it. Or sorry, that was Brunt. That wasn't Cleworth. What was he doing on the right? Or did Cleworth get a haircut and say, I would like to have the same hairstyle as Brunt, please? No, that was Brunt, number 3. What was he doing over on the right?
Oh, what a flop there. Come on.
Oh, flopser. Woo! I love the demonstrative nature of the referee. I hope he doesn't influence things on the game so that I end up hating him. But just his last name is what was it? Chilowitz? I'd have to load it up again. Chilowitz. But he just reminds me of like an Italian from New Jersey. And I mispronounced that in my attempt at an accent. That free kick went into the box. It was dangerous, and then it got blocked away there on the re-entry. And it's Young Eye. No, not Young Eye. Again, who gets it in. Dangerous. Turned around, shot taken, and Cleworth was there able to block that and get that away. Scrambly plays. Burrington and Hartridge trying to connect. Took 2 swipes at the ball inside the box. Oh, little bit of lackadaisicalness there.
Kim's watching the Wycombe game too.
Who's watching the Wycombe game? You are?
Kim, she's giving us some.
Going to be a corner here taken by Trevitt. Right-footed in swinger. It's going to go far post. It's dangerous. And Ogonko, well done, sir. Oh, my word, Ogonko. I thought we're in trouble here. Gets the left foot out, gets the punch out, gets clattered into, wiped out, finds a way to get back to his feet, and a bullet comes in from 18 yards, and he's able to make the save. Watch this. Blasted, takes a shot, raises his arm and says, what the hell, and then gets up and stops an absolute thumper. Holy jumping Colwell with the effort there. Big save. Put an asterisk around that one. 31 minutes in. The corner comes in. EOC. Guess who is there? Can McLean get it out for a corner? That looked like a potential handball. Too close to the body. It's brought in Hartridge, and it's deflected out. It'll be another corner. Exeter City saying, we got effort, and we're going to put that in too. This one is nuts. The camera operators are all named Dave. So when the director says switch to Dave's camera, we end up with this. No, the other Dave. No, the other Dave. No, not that Dave. This Dave. Ha.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, lads. Just get it clear. Get the pressure going the other way. Right-footed out swinger goes out there. Last man in, and we're going to get a free kick, and that's well. Sam Smith did his job of picking it that Colwell was coming in late. Slid over in front of him to defend, got up in the air and got clattered into. Free kick for us. Relieve the pressure.
John Lane with the great commentation there. He liked it much better in their box. Yes.
This Dave raves over that save. God. The ball seems to have an Exeter bias. Well, that should be the tweet, Kim. After this one, we had the ball was clearly working against Wrexham and wanted us not to be promoted. Oh, I hear my little one screaming, I want data. I'll give you a hug and then you're going to have to go back out, okay? Because I'm doing working. Oh, do you want to say hi to everybody? No. Okay. Can you say hi, Dave?
Hi, Dave.
Thank you. Back under control and underway and drawn back to Ogonko. Man on, right foot. Is he going to be able to keep that in? Well done to be able to go and do that. That was James McLean who jumped in the air and backheeled that one, but it's going to go under control of Exeter City before Matty James steps in front and McLean comes down, spinning, turning, draws it all the way back to Ogonko. And how's his right foot this time? McLean's not up there to rescue it, but he's able to keep that between the lines. And it's put back, and Sam Smith, Whitworth had to come all the way out to beat Sam Smith, who was chasing him down 25 yards away from the goal there. I say I'm working so that the kids tend to leave me alone. Go yellow.
Go yellow.
Yeah. Thrown in by Exeter City, flipped up into the air. And it's Yogain. Oh, interesting. The referee, Chilowitz has been allowing physical contact and shoulder charges, and Yogain there did that. And I don't think it was overly egregious or anything different than what had been happening earlier. But anyway, called the free kick, and away we go.
Can I say hi?
Yeah, you can say hi. You have to come over. You haven't been on before.
Hi.
This is the eldest. Come over here. We'll have a Spider-Man pajama party.
Excuse me. I did something very helpful.
Did you do something helpful? What's that?
It's in this bag. You can't tell it to anybody, but I hope you don't get mad.
Okay, I won't get mad. Hold on.
So,
Had it on. I'm going to go forward.
so do you know Walter? Do you know the Band-Aids? Walter tonight we spilled all them. So I got a few in here so I can make my emergency bag.
Ah, an emergency bag. I like it. So I'm talking to my friends. Find
I
Mom.
might have lost Sean there for a second. No, he's back.
Kid Dave's. So that was Dave 1 and Dave 2. Go find Mom, please. And you can put together your emergency kit.
This is my emergency.
Yeah, you can put more into it. Oh, man.
No, it has lots of them in the gloves.
Okay, can you go find Mom, please, guys?
Okay.
Thank you. Walter, go find Mom.
Wait.
No, wait. Put into the box. EOC there, heads it up in the air. Rathbone trying to get to it, able to do so. Rodriguez slides in to help out as Colwell seems to be everywhere positionally, but not able to get his head on him. Sam Smith comes back. Go find Mama, please. No, I know. You got it. Love you. Oh boy. Bad dad.
I can switch and take it for a while if you want.
Yeah, maybe. I just don't know what's going on out here, so if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah. All right, I'm a little bit further ahead than Sean is. Waiting for the ball to get put back in play here. Goalie kicks it. Ball's being knocked around at midfield. I will throw Sean back in the mix here.
I didn't hear that. Anyone else hear the fan yelling, "Suck your mom"? Obviously, I was attending to little one flick on over there. Can't get it to Smith, headed back to Whitworth. Oh, 37 minutes. This is by far the fastest first half I've like, as far as how it feels. Exeter getting awfully handsy. I thought that was something I heard that the Daves appreciate. These are the Daves I know. I don't. If you're Canadian, you should know this song. Uh-oh. Do I have to pass in my passport? Dobson in a battle, wins the control, gets it to Longman. Oh, and then he gets grabbed and pulled down, and that's going to be a free kick going the other way. Oh, I'm trying to remember the game what was the game where we had the amazing first half and we were able to get all free extra possession over and over and over, and we dominated, and then it went to hell in the second half. Please don't be that game. Get one now. Uh-oh, I do have to hand in my passport. I can't get it out of my head. These are the days I know. Damn it. No petting signs. Oh, dangerous. And flicked past by Hartridge to get to the keeper. Otherwise, that was Smith that was going to have an opportunity in the box. That was a dangerous attempt there by... Was that Clueworth who pushed that one forward? I think it was. I get that sense too, W&G. That's flicked on. EOC stepping forward. Dobson out to help. Longman in support. Pushed forward by Exeter City. Shouldered down to Yogan. Yogan scoops it in. Knocked down. Guess who? EOC just stabs at it. Longman spinning. Gets it to Dobson. Dobson looking for Smith. Smith was running hard and didn't look over his shoulder, and it was a tough one to take from his position. And then Rodriguez goes in and clatters into Yogan. Could be a free kick. Could be a yellow. Referee likes he likes his confrontation and his challenge and his discussion. Like, he's like very demonstrative. 1995, Delisle, Saskatchewan. Town of 1,000 people just west of Saskatoon. Fortunately, none of my passwords have anything to do with where I lived in Delisle.
Rodriguez was quite late on that challenge.
Rodriguez didn't do anything wrong. That was my recollection. I'll reserve judgment until the end of the game, but in the games that I've seen him do, because I've seen him do a couple, and I can't remember which ones, but I was sort of impressed that he maintained a standard, and I got a chuckle out of how demonstrative he was. I don't have a problem with referees being a part of the story as long as they're not a part of the actual, like they impact the game. You want to be an umpire who does some real cool, like, heck in a baseball game, then do your thing. You want to be that, I can't remember his name, the NHL referee who does we have a good goal. When he does the announcements, then 5 minutes for fighting. Macaulay. You want to be him, fill your boots. Just don't influence the game inappropriately. Like Stockport County, we knew there was going to be a pen or a red card in that game. We got both. Is it St. David's Day again?
You got him to go get his daffodil.
Why not? Why not?
Let's see if this changes Wrexham's fortunes here.
If it does, I'm going to end up lighting this on fire. So the only time I put this on previously was a 0-0 for Bolton. And I was given to it. And much love to Welsh Techie. I hope he listens to this after the game. And he said, oh, yeah, before I went over, oh, yeah, everybody wears daffodils. So I was like, yeah, well, then get me one. He was like, absolutely, will do. So he secures it for me. And then I'm standing at the Mazewin looking around. And I'm the only person. Matty James split them as Exeter City just passed between the two. And they're 20 yards out, right-hand side. McLean going to go try and have the stop. It's brought into the box, and that's going to go for a corner. No, Ogonkwo. Well done, sir. That was going wide, and Ogonkwo was able to get over there, lunge to his left, and grab it. The rally daffodil. Trevitt 21, Colwell 23. Get it past Matt James, and it goes out to the right-hand side, and Jones has a crack. It gets blocked, and Ogonko is able to rescue it, so it's not a corner. I had an immense, absolute, beautiful time in Wrexham. I was hoping for good things, and it was beyond my expectations. It was just the people there, the smiles, the singing in the Fat Boar after the game, in a 0-0 draw, and just talking to people and being like, what do we have to complain about? We're in League One. We're near the top of the table. It's a gorgeous day. We're playing the Bolton Wanderers. Things are good. Is Wrexham playing in an orderly manner? Alfonso, yes. I think structure's been great. Effort's been amazing. And, I think, Sam Smith onside, a little bit too far. Whitworth has to come out 25 yards and clear that away. Rodriguez tries to go and get to it. It can. Rathbone takes his attempt. It's going to go to Longman, but he's not able to get there as it's headed away by, that looked like number 5. And is that Hartridge who got it? And pulled down. Referee let that one go, and Cluworth scoops it forward. Hartridge is going to collect it there. Brings it back, and Whitworth trying to settle this down as this is everywhere. I need a leak hat. I don't even know what that would look like. Wrexham on their heels. Interesting. I haven't thought that as Dobson. And then a little bit too heavy. That's going to be a throw-in. Sorry, Brendan, I missed that.
His passing is just horrendous today.
It's a little bit too tight. A little bit too tight. Oh. Yeah, it was before when the fans came, or when the players came in at the back. Oh no, it's still a go. Sections A and B of the cop are coming down shortly.
Jeez, another shit pass again. Jesus.
Dobson with it, and then misses Rathbone, and here it comes right-hand side, pushed past both defenders. EOC getting all the way over there. Can he get there in time? He does, and forces him out to Jones. Buy that man a cookie. EOC in full beast mode. This is the best half of football he's played, period. I'm looking at, so far the FOTMob stats have Rathbone at 7.3, McLean at 7.3, Cluworth at 7.2, Longman at 7.0, O'Connell at 7.1. Rathbone with it. Scoops over to Smith inside the area. Can he get it before it goes over the line? He can't. Takes a stab, stops before the hoarding, goes back the other way. Just a bit too far. EOC is owning this one. Oh, the crap pass was from Dobson. Dobson's been having, if there's, what's his 6.6 on the FOT mob? Dobson's tackling is in form and the effort is there, but he's had, what, Brennan, would you say 3 bad passes? Like, and when I say bad passes, like missing by like 3-4 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And this is an average game for O'Connell. He's been excellent this year. Well done. Well done. I don't know. I've always said that, and maybe I'm wrong here, but like Scar has is a little bit better with his feet, and so EOC I prefer for the aerial teams that come in, but I've always been suspect of teams that are going to attack him on the ground. But in one half, he's been just sort of demonstrating just clearance and clearance after clearance. Added time, 2 minutes, and so we should be over here momentarily. This is an average game for O'Connell. So we're in agreement. Dobson out and Lee in at the half. That's the whistle. We're at halftime, 1-0 up for the good guys. Whoo, Rathbone all smiles running to the tunnel. Good for him. Exeter stomping their way in. Body language says so much here. Wow. Brendan, summarize that one. What do you think?
We looked really good. We were playing well. We were playing well enough where I thought we were going to score another goal there. Didn't get all that great of chances, but yeah, I if we play like this in the second half, they'd have to get lucky to score, I think.
Yeah.
We'd have to
you want to go stats first? You want to go table first?
At your whim, sir.
Let's do the stats. Dobson is good until he gets the ball at his feet. He's definitely proven that today. So if we're sitting there staring at the stats, 53% to 47%. So Exeter City, if you'll recall, their possession is actually pretty good. And I was going to go click through, and obviously I don't have my button to remind myself of the possession stats, but they're at 51.9%, 7th overall in the league in possession. And so we've robbed them of their normal style of play. So that's been positive. 53% to 47%. Interestingly, the expected goal is only 0.3 to 0.25, and I suppose that's because no one would expect that a shot from 27 yards out is going to go in. To be fair, I don't think without the deflection that it had enough on it. I think that Whitworth was there lined up, and then it took the deflection and went up over top. Don't care how it goes in. 2 shots on target for us, 1 big chance, and it was missed. Which one would that have been? I don't know. As to accurate passes, we're definitely on board there. 139, so that's right on pace for around about our average. They're sitting at 69% efficiency, and I think that's a large measure because we've been everywhere. The pressure has been on, and if I'm Parkinson, I'm going through it and saying, you've had a half like this before, and when we came out, you let us down. Fire it up and keep this going again. As to expected goals, all of our expected goals coming from open play, 0.33, and then for Exeter City, their expected goals, 0.25. They've got 0.2 from open play and 0.05 from the set play. That largely because 2 corners to 1. The one thing that I always say sort of is indicative of where things are at is touches in the opposition box. And interestingly enough, because it didn't feel like this, 11-6 for them. The Red Horde take over by the Dave Horde today. Anything stand out to you on those stats there, Brendan?
I thought it was going to be more lopsided towards us. They have more shots than I thought. Yeah, I mean, I just thought it felt like we were more dominant than the stats are showing, I think. But
yeah. Five players for Wrexham in the FOT mob rating higher than until you get to it's Alex Hartridge is the 6th one playing there. I don't feel like we're dominating them, but still happy with our play. That's a fair comment. I mean, we look good. To be fair to Exeter City, they've looked all right too. The XG not indicative of that, but I think both teams have been spry. They've both been searching. If Dobson could improve his passing, we much more to go. 3 shots on, yes. That's a great stat, except I'd like to have more total shot attempt, but you're right. To be 66% on target, you'll definitely take that. I'm just going to go back and see if I can get the momentum meter. Fascinating. On the momentum meter, Exeter City held the momentum for the longest period of time. We had a great push until the 6th minute, and then they said there a couple little brief moments at the 17th minute and at the 28th minute, but that it was largely Exeter City. Check the play map. Exeter were better in the second half. Did you travel in time, Kim? Do you know what happens in this game? Exeter were better in the second half, or will be better. Overall, I think we're in control. Oh, Jason says, overall, I think we're in control of the flow of the play at the moment. Exeter playing fine, but if we can have a second half like this, I see it going our way. And I'll agree with that. I think there's still goals in this one, and potentially for either side. Exeter City certainly sniffing around. So we'll see how it goes. Should we jump to the table, sir?
Have it up. Go for it.
Birmingham City up. Who cares? Anoint them. They can move on, carry on with their lives. The goal for us is to see them again next year. Wrexham with the 3 points, putting ourselves in good stead. If the result for Wycombe holds, them they taking on Lincoln City and tied 0-0. Lincoln City sitting in 12th place, 10 points away, 11 points away from a playoff spot. Still battling, I guess, but those are the games that you'd expect that might be mid-season table teams. The players getting a little selfish, doing things that they normally wouldn't do. But hopefully that holds 0-0 as it sits. Charlton, Stockport playing earlier. Charlton bashing the absolute tar out of Huddersfield. Stockport eking out a 2-1 win, which they controlled for 88 minutes of the game. And then Burton tried to eke it back in to a draw, but was unable to get it across the line. So they both gained 3 points, which is important because Huddersfield losing opened the door for Reading and Bolton. And it looks like both of those teams are somewhat capitalizing. Reading up 1-0 and eking into that final position by being 1-0 up on Posh. Good. Everyone should beat Posh all the way through the rest of the season. Make them suffer. Huddersfield sitting at 61 points after the loss. Bolton tied 1-1. They are in that match away in Blackpool. Long travel for them. Looking to try. It's a tight race for that 6th spot. Like you look at that, what stands out for me is as it sits right now, there is a 6-point gap with Reading having a game in hand. But that's pretty substantive this late in the game. But then you go 1, 2, 3, 4 teams. Reading, Huddersfield, Bolton, Leyton Orient, all within 2 points, all on the same number of games played, all fighting for that 6th spot. If you don't want to be the team that plays them because they'll be in a battle and battle tested to try and find their way to every game is a playoff game for them here on out. And they'll be ready to go if you're the team between Wrexham, Wycombe, Charlton, Stockport that isn't able to secure that 2nd spot. What did we say before this one? 79 points, 80 points being the metric, 89, 90 points being the metric for promotion, we think?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking the 90 points, but you went with the 89.
I went with 89. Yeah. 89 points is the median and the average. So that's sort of where
if I was guessing, I would say Wycombe ends up with something like 87. So I wanted to be a good full game up. I think that's what I was kind of figuring, but we'll see.
I mean, if this holds 5 points up, they have a game in hand. And they play that on Tuesday, I believe. Do they?
See, I really like how the schedule worked out here. Lincoln in the middle of the pack still may feel like they have something to play for. When we play them last game of the season, their position should be solidified at that point, right?
Yep.
So same thing with Charlton. Like, hopefully by then there's no automatic, and the positions for the playoffs are set, and they can just not want to get anyone hurt.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I thought, and I didn't go through this, is it'd be interesting. And next season, I want to find a way to track this. Is to have the form record for when you play certain teams, because I mean, this game is a perfect example. Exeter City, sitting mid-table, bottom third of the table in that area, but they're undefeated in their last 5 or 6, right? They've sort of been really in form since a loss on February 1st. And it'd be interesting to see just what the strength of the team was at the time you played them based on form. And I think that we've actually, it always seems to be that we're playing an informed squad, whether that's just hyperbole and us focusing on potential problems. But it's just the last couple of games, it seems to be informed squads that we've been taking on. Bolton's a perfect example of that. I put all the graphics together and just wanted to talk about the schedule things before we jump back into this game. So obviously, we're sitting here watching this one on the 29th. The women tomorrow, they've got 3 games left, I believe. But then we're back here on Tuesday, April 1st, April Fools, for the away game in Cambridge. Then we are back here on Saturday, April 5th. We've got the morning game there, hosting Burton, albeit as Ford makes his return. The afternoon game, I thought we can't do Wycombe, I think. Saturday, April 5th. Yeah, the Wycombe game is going to be on at the same time as our match, so we won't be able to do the watch along. But Charlton Athletic plays Lincoln City on Saturday, April 5th. So I thought if we're up early in the morning, we might as well carry on. So we'll have a doubleheader next Saturday. Then the following Tuesday, that's the makeup game for Wycombe against Huddersfield. And so I've got that set as a game that we can do. Whether I do that alone, Brendan, if you're available, let you know. But the intention, Tuesday, April 8th, to have that one. Because it's a big one. That's the one where, and we're to the point now, I would have thought draw would have been best between Huddersfield and Wycombe. But with Huddersfield's recent performance, we may be looking at them wiping them out and giving Huddersfield 3 points, being preferred. The following weekend, April 12th, we've got a potential doubleheader again, as we've got Wigan Wrexham 4:30 in the morning start. So might as well stay on and do a watch along afterwards for the 7 o'clock games my time, 3 p.m. Over in Wales. And then it just winds out. So we'll figure out what's left in the game after the 12th. But what we can expect going forward, just with the 4:30 starts and the 7 starts, is we're going to probably do double headers all the way through till the end and just pick out as many games as we want to watch. And if we get there with so many Daves, we could have a Dave watch along festival where everybody watches the game.
I'll definitely I'll get some little GIFs and graphics for the Daves.
For the Daves?
Yeah, I'll work on that. Although what you did not mention is, and I hope you put it up tonight after you take down today's
Princess. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Princess Bride. We're doing that watch along. I know it's not so much. Many of you that watch this and don't watch the women's games won't know what the heck that's coming from, but we have quite a fun, close-knit crowd that shows up for the women's games. We're always quoting movies and having a really great time. And we decided to do a watch along to watch a comedy that Deandra had not seen before, A Princess Bride. Since we were quoting that movie, we thought she should watch it, and we said we'd watch along with her. So that's what we're doing. So not this Sunday, but next Sunday, about a half hour after the women's game, we're going to be doing a watch along, watching the movie A Princess Bride. So if you connect into the stream, you'll get to watch the movie for free. And yeah, so it's going to be a good time next Sunday.
Yeah, and I think not just the comedy and the chat stuff, but it's also the desire just to see Deandra's reaction to the movie.
Yeah. If you've ever watched Deandra's reaction just to the game going on, we can just imagine how much she's going to be enjoying herself, hopefully watching A Princess Bride. So
I saw a message there that I was going to put in, and Del Morgan retiring. Wrote a nice letter to the fans, so make sure you pick that one up. Going to go full-time goalkeeping coach at Liverpool, so that's an amazing opportunity for her. Dave getting man of the match. Watch along with Kevin Kline and Sigourney Weaver. I don't get that one. Is that who's in the movie?
Well, so there was a movie called Dave, and there were two Daves. There was a Dave, and he looked just like the president, and Sigourney Weaver was the first lady, and the president had a brain aneurysm or something, and they asked this guy to be his double, and he walked around acting as the president during the movie. So that's what the reference was.
Dave Foster identifying that the Opta Analytics computer preseason prediction gave Wrexham a 0.02% chance of promotion. Don't trust stats. Oh, I had so much fun at the away days that now when I sit here and I see the camera go at the half and show the away section, I'm like, me, I want to be there. And sorry, Deagle, caps, the bots will grab the caps and they'll grab if you spam too much as well. And somebody else I saw went with like multiple posts in a row and got grabbed there. Almost ready to get back underway. Exeter City in their red and white stripes going to go from left to right. Wrexham in the gold going to go from right to left on your computer screen. On the ball. There it is. We're back there as Chilowitz gets us back underway and it's kicked back to Whitworth to restart with a right footer all the way forward. Got to get all my stuff lined up here again. I'm out of order. Okay, 30 seconds in right about now. Exeter City with an opportunity. Colwell, no subs at the half that I see reported. And so we'll see. I assume Niskanen's going to come in. They've got him listed as a defender, but I thought he played more in the midfield to try to control things a little bit more for them. I think for us, we're going to run standard operations. 65th minute, we'll get a sub of at least Fletcher coming in. Keep the legs fresh. Keep things moving as we're just waiting on a throw in here, and it's going to be Cleworth to take it as he finally tracks down the ball and moves forward. Vinyl, how are you? Miss you too. This channel is cap lock only for movie talk. I don't know. He was sitting, which I mean, Parky's never sat, but he did get up early on and lost his freaking mind. Over what I thought was a relatively innocuous play. And we're going to get a throw in 37 yards away from goal. Gabalok, vamos, from Honduras. Pushed forward, a little bit of a flop there. Referee says to Rathbone to get up as Whitworth has it. Doesn't Whitworth look like that private school spoiled kid? I don't know. Exeter City, a little bit more control. Oh, Rathbone tried to get a stab in there and wasn't able to do it. And McLean jumps forward and Colwell bails out. And what?
Yeah, he's too afraid of McLean, and he
got like scared. He heard McLean's footsteps running forward, so he jumps in the air, and then he runs into McLean, and they give a free kick the other way. Rathbone almost with a foul there. I get that. Now he's running along the line. He sees McLean, and he just leaves the ball and puts his hands up,
protecting his career instead of the game.
Vinyl says, "I'm not a fan of the gold shirt, even though I have it on right now, but them shorts are fire." And Dave says, like, subscribe, join. Right-footed in-swinger going to come from the free kick. Flipped up, straight ball into the area. And that was O'Connell or Brunt? Not O'Connell. Brunt who got up there? Yes, Brunt. Easy as header out of the area, but it's Exeter City with more
They
control.
charge into maps. No
push onto Cleworth, freeing up area. Longman comes over to help out. The Yogane thumps it, and it's blocked, and it's going to be yet another corner for them bad guys. I didn't put this through during the half. So our sponsor sponsored us for all of these matches to ensure that they stay ad-free while the game is going on live. Ultimate Promotions, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz, Google Ultimate Promotions. If you're looking for pins, go to them as they take a short corner. Yogane has it. He's being dealt with. Oh, and he beat Rathbone. He's going to go in dangerous opportunity. Was that Rathbone or Matty James? No, it was Longman. Trouble, ball loose in the 6-yard box, finally cleared. But what are you doing going right up the middle? Go down the wing and get it out and get relief. But instead, Exeter City with more continued pressure, flipped up over into the area, headed out. Matty James, can you help that out? Yes, he can. Dobson, can you help that out? Yes. Rodriguez, yes, he can. Scoops it up to Fletcher, and now it's one man on. Give that. Too late, so it's McLean now with him. Matty James still on side. There's the ball for him. Oh, just missed it. Does Matty James? He ran out of gas, I think. He needed to have an extra little push to be able to get that dive in. Doesn't get it. Instead, it's cleared by McDonald. Oh.
That was a pretty good cross by McLean.
It was there for him. I don't think Matty James had that extra gear. He needed to hit that turbo. And I think at his age, that turbo button's exhausted. The nitro has been exhausted to be able to get there, especially after that long run, and it's taken by McDonald. I have to figure,
The whole time he was like, I think I can. Nope.
Well, they take the corner just to wrap that up. So 48 years of service, free artwork, free shipping. They do medals as well. So go there. Another short corner. Both teams showing off their short corner prowess as this one comes all the way out. Dobson, can you do a pass? There's a chip, and that's just not a good one. Gets out, and it's flipped back up into the air. Clueworth, can we do something with it? Instead, it's got to get controlled by Rathbone. He's just going to settle things down, not able to get a header in the box on either of those two chips. And Dobson, again, just a bad pass, and it bounces off of a forehead, and Yogane grabs it, and here comes Exeter City the other way. I'm happy to see Lee at the 52nd minute.
Yeah, get Dobson out of game.
Yeah, he's just not – I mean, his tackling's great, and maybe you want to keep him on because his tackling's so great, but the problem is he's just giving away possession time after time after time.
Time after time.
I want Rev instead of McLean.
When you lost.
I don't know.
Fine.
Revan, when he's on, he's on. When he's off, it's of trouble. And so I don't think I want him early. If you're going to put him on, it's because you've got fresh legs. And I think that's looking at like that 88th minute as a time-wasting move for me. Ooh, fancy little footwork there by Longman, but pushed a little bit too far forward, and Redding's able to get it. Gets it out to Yogane on the left-hand side, and he gets tackled and run into, and the free kick is given. Yogane's been having himself a physical match. He's spent as much time on the pitch as he laying down as he has on 2 feet.
There's got to be some hair growing.
No, WG, nothing to be seen. Oh, yeah. I said if we don't get 3 points, I'm going to wax my chest on a live stream. Hell no. No.
Sean, you did not announce that there was a red card in the Stockport game, did you?
It was a double yellow.
Oh, okay.
And it came in late. It was I don't recall what the first yellow was, but that's a long ball entered in. Algonquin has to get up there. Did he get a touch on it? Okay, so it's going to go to a corner on the other side for Exeter City. Over on the right-hand side could he just left that? Doesn't know what's behind him, so he makes the play. All right. Well, I'll give it to him. Gustavo, how are you? 8 left in the season. Well, 7.5, I guess, with this one being halfway through. So the battle is on for promotion with, I guess, really 2 teams in the hunt, maybe 3. Do you include Charlton and Stockport? But it's largely us and Wycombe fighting it out to see who's going to get that last automatic promotion spot. Going to be a right-footed out swinger from the right-hand side, served up by Trevitt. Flicked on, off target, no threat, and away we go. Hold. Dangerous play, back heel, and if that been a little bit more to the inside, would have asked questions of Ogonko, who's certainly been on today. Long may that continue. We have enough international incidents with Trump right now that Dave getting arrested for running shirtless onto the pitch would just be too much. Indeed. Indeed. But I still encourage it. Crawley up 2-0 on Rotherham. Can they rescue themselves? Tom did the higher match and says 8 wins, 8 games, 8 wins will guarantee promotion.
Thanks, Tom.
Might have something in that. Charlton and Stockport are about 2% chance to get into the automatics. And yes,
I appreciate
that we don't talk about that game just for the bad juju.
I appreciate Thomas's willingness to go out on a limb.
Grecians fan from Exeter City. Welcome, Mr. Pollard. Nice to have you here. Don't agree with you, but you're entitled to your opinion, and we like having people there. Longman with the cross in, stabbed away there by Hartridge. Hartridge, by the way, by far best player for Exeter City so far in this one. He's been steady back there. Matty James with it. Dobson connects on a pass. 54th minute. Longman gets a cross in. Too much into it. Whitworth. Easy collection, and away we go. Lincoln ruling Wycombe in the second half statistically. Long may that continue. Trouble there. Brunt. Oh, my word, is that a gorgeous tackle. Sliding tackle, maintains control near the line, stands up and plays it back for a pass and maintains possession. Like, that's if you want to show how to tackle, that's put that in a textbook. Video demonstration. Whoopsies. As I smash things up. I'm excited. I've got as much energy as these guys do. As that one long ball misses its target. Sam Smith not able to get to it. Not a lot of connection up to Rodriguez and Smith. I'll take 8-1, wins. M, you're back. Missed ya. Welcome. Headed forward. Matty James steps over top, gets it to Rathbone. He makes a stab. McLean, can he keep it in? He does. He's got to chase after the ball now. Cross 9 yards. Looks for it. Left footed. Stabbed away. It'll be a throw in. Needed to get a little bit more height, a little bit more under it. Yeah, the only thing is, Vinyl, is they went out and got that Brad Hills character who didn't play today. But I will say this and continue to say it. Of all of the players that I have seen in League One that are not wearing a Wrexham jersey, that's the player I would like to sign most. On loan from Norwich City. Never get to sign him. And I don't know if he can play on the left side. Because, I mean, we've got Clueworth there. But nice little turn. Too heavy on the cross, and Yogain's able to collect it on Longman. Needed to... Oh! Shot deflected off of Longman there. That was a clearance, and Longman jumps in the air right in front of the ball, and Whitworth had to be aware as it ricocheted quickly to him. That was Purinton smashes the ball off of Longman's legs. Turned into a pretty dangerous scoring opportunity. Hey, that like button is down there below. If you haven't hit that, or the bell for the notification so you know when the videos are coming up, hit those two things. Hit the subscribe. Join us. Dangerous. But too much on it ultimately, and not there for McGuinness to be able to chase it down.
Looked like it was offsides. They should have called that.
Whether it's an inch or a mile, a win is still a win. Kim says, take Coney. Yeah, that's a good shout too. I think they've overcooked his valuation, and it'll be interesting to see because for him to score as much as he had is going to be hard to do next year. So we'll see whether Wycombe benefits from.
Look at this. I was sitting there surprised at how far back Dobson was, and I just saw Matty James run forward instead. I would rather that's for sure.
Well, now we've got Rathbone in the Matty James position, sort of. As it comes forward, Sam Smith gives it to Longman. Longman looking for the cross. It's far, it's long. Settle down today, lads. Our crosses have been heavy. Maybe it's a Barney sub 2 coming in. We'll see what happens. 8 minutes of time. Whoa. Dave Foster, $20. Thank you so much.
Dave, save that.
Appreciation. You're gonna need to buy. Here. He throws a little cash into the kitty to make sure that we're able to keep the lights on. Appreciate you, man.
Dave, you need to save that money to buy beers to get Wrexham goals.
Oh, yeah. 1 beer a goal. Hey, for the record, I had, Jason, how many beers did I have? 3 beers last night in the Welsh Hall? I think that's what I had.
It has to be the day of. That's why.
Sam Smith being cuddled and held by Mr. McDonald. Angus McDonald, for the record. And so we'll get a foul, and so we'll have a free kick. It's 5 yards away from the end line and 30 yards out. Oh, the capacity of Exeter City. That's a good shout. Wrexham fans in it, starting to hear them more. Reading goes up 2-0 on Pausch. Mansfield up 2-1 on Bristol Rovers. Knocked down by Rodriguez. Opportunity. Linesman gives it. Linesman gives it. Linesman gives it. I love these linesmen. Have I told you that? Not afraid to make the calls. Rodriguez gets his legs swept out from under him. Chilowitz, to be fair, was blocked, I think, from a couple of players. And so he doesn't lift his hands up, doesn't point at the spot, looks over at his linesman, and the linesman is flagging it down, saying that's a penalty. As right, swipe. Just stepped on his feet. Stepped on his feet. Boop.
Right away, the linesman was waving right away.
Oh, yeah, he clattered into his heels. Now, I will admit, I don't like penalty calls when the ball is clearly going out. Like, there was, in no world was Rodriguez getting over there to be able to make that call. But they don't include that in the consideration of a penalty, right? The fact that the ball was gone, they don't include that in consideration, which I think is a mistake. I think there should be a reasonableness standard of whether it would have influenced the play before you give a spot kick. But here we go. Rodriguez is going to take it. Whitworth, the goalkeeper, standing on the over top of the ball, going to be a right-footed attempt. Let's go, sir. Opened his account last time on a poorly taken penalty and then scored on the rebound. Does he have something more in him here? Whistle blows. Rodriguez steps forward. Camera angles all over the place. Scores! J. Rodriguez. 2 games, 2 goals. Count it up, baby. In the linesmen we trust. Not just the zebras we trust. In the linos we trust. Those brown paper bags are easier to just hand off to the linesman rather than the official because you can see him in the middle of the pitch, but those linesmen slide him one from the end line. And so that's what we've been doing for the last couple of games, right? 2-0. J-Rod. Right footer slams right down the middle. Whitworth goes to the left-hand side and bullet to the back of the net. Look at it ripple, baby. Count it up. Woo! Dave, come on. Dave. Andy says not sure that was a penalty. He clattered into the back of his feet and wiped him out. Like I said, the only justification for taking the penalty away, and the reason why flip the coin, it's against us. I get mad when there are penalties called when it had no influence on the play, right? And so that would have been the only objection that I could have had the other way. Did he make contact with the ball away or close enough to take away to create a foul in the box? Yes, he swept his legs away. They keep giving those pens all the time. Chilowitz couldn't have seen that. McLean, that shoulder barge, just took the opportunity to take one, even though it goes out for a goal kick. When the penalty happened, I immediately looked to Chilowicz's position on the field, and I don't think he saw or could have seen anything as he was behind players. But the lino, there was no pause. There was no McLean appeal on this one. Hands go up immediately, waving. 2 pens awarded this season is about the league average. I don't know the league average.
By the way, Stockport had 3 or 4. That's why I didn't feel bad for them. They've had plenty of penalties given. We hadn't up until then. So,
Exeter City. I'm looking for their season.
Plus, Stockport's had a ton of reds too.
Does not matter the time of the match, score of the match, or if it influences play, a foul is a foul. And Thomas, and I get that, and certainly there are people, and that is the rule. You're exactly right that is the rule. Legal positivism versus legal realism. Positivism, every dot of the I, cross of the T, it all matters. Legal realism, spirit and intent, what's reasonable in the circumstances. McLean with an accidental yellow as it gets bounced back into the area, and he sort of accidentally on purposes gives it a knee and knocks the ball away. Realism looks at more of a holistic approach, and I am okay with that holistic approach that questions, would that have been a goal scoring opportunity, and was something taken away? And really that was just going to roll out harmlessly for a goal kick. So I don't know. Wycombe,
I'd want to look at it again. You don't think there's any way he gets to it?
No, there's no way he was getting to that one. I mean, we'll see if they show another one. We'll hold off and have that one. But that's my take, is there's no way he was getting to that ball. And that would have been
the word for it. I just wasn't paying enough attention to watch that for that.
But I also don't know, if I don't think Chilowitz saw it, but if you're the referee and you saw it and you're like, you know what, I'm making a judgment call that foul wasn't egregious enough to call it a foul, I think you still have to respect that your lino's got his flag in the air and he's not going to overrule him. Nice tackle. Clueworth sweeps that one out over the man's name that I can continue to mispronounce, Yogame.
By the way, Bolton losing 2-1.
And James, absolutely. That week, the foul on Sam Smith with the grab on was the most egregious of the 2 penalties that was given. Redding with the smash down of Posh. Well done by Rodriguez to get that one headed out. Would have maybe only asked him to try and get to the end line rather than go for a corner, but it is what it is. Parkey going to hold for the 65th minute or not bother? I think he'll go to 68 to 72 just because we're up 2-0 and it's working. Corner from the left side, right-footed in-swinger right towards the short post, jumped easily, headed away. Brunt getting up high and clearing it. And the clearance there ricochets. Matty James loops it over for Smith to try and chase down. He's onto it because you have Longman as a release. He gets it to him. Longman's going to have to turn and maintain possession. And he does. Turns, maintains possession back to Smith. It's just 3 gold jerseys and a sea of red and white. But they're working and they're doing business. And that's going to be a throw-in for us.
Michael Paul saying it's Christmas again with the call.
Christmas again?
Like we were gifted another call.
Oh, it was a foul. Like I said, by letter of the law, that's a pen. Do I agree with it? If I was on the other team, no. And I've said that's all year long, is I think that before a pen to be given, there should be a real opportunity for a goal to be scored. And that includes those ones that are just brought in on the corner where they foul and it's early. Those ones you have to give because you don't know what could have been created from that. But where the ball's rolling out and you can't get to it, that's the only reason why I end up saying maybe not. Hey, mama. Checking in. Push for a third. We got to make up the goal differential because Charlton putting the boots to Huddersfield earlier. I think we're back to 6 goals on the differential. I haven't looked at the table. Don't want to look at the table. I will not do it till the end of the match.
Yeah, you're right at 6 at the moment. You're
right. Exeter City, triple change. McMillan coming off. On is 23, and I don't have a 23 on my. Francis comes in. I've got an 8.
Yeah, Cole just came in.
Reece Cole, I have a 12. Yeah, but who was 23 that came in? That has to be a mistake.
Fan with a replica shirt.
So I'll go through those when we get an opportunity. We're going to get a throw in here. Exeter City looking to do something. Long throw, gets it into the area, flicked on, headed away by Brunt. He also having himself a solid game, and well done by Dobson. Just pushes it through the middle. He's got McLean. There's a good ball. Thank you, sir. Left-hand side to McLean. Maintaining possession, stabs it forward. Rodriguez is there. It goes back to McLean. 18 yards. Cross from the 10 yards. Too heavy. Goes wide. Can Longman get there and beat out his man? He can. Whoa, that's a stab and a foul as Yogane gets a little heavy. Damn it. Sorry, W&G, that's not directed at you. But 1-0, Wycombe goes up. Was really hoping. Was really hoping. And I didn't want to speak it into existence or jinx it or do anything. But I guess Lincoln City, time for them to come back. And really for Lincoln City, the push has to be on. If they want to have any opportunity to try to do anything and get as far as get into the playoffs, they can't lose this one. Wycombe's got a massive advantage. We're not making it up. Oh, maybe it's not as bad as I thought. 4 goals. They have a game in hand. And that's as live as of, it'll be 5 goals now because they haven't added the Wycombe goal. Anyways, free kick, put in, dangerous, bounced up and it goes right past Brunt on the far post, but McLean grabs it, fends off his man, tries to get it back. EOC with it up against the line, scoops it back to McLean, and now he's 35 yards out, stabs it back. Little heavy pass, deflection. We're going to get a throw in. We just need 5 more goals. Do it all today. Fill the net. Ooh, McLean knocked that one down, but Rodriguez not able to get to it. In Exeter City, bad pass. Everybody's scrambling, trying to put the pressures on. We're still going for it. There's no laying back as EOC comes all the way to like 40 yards from goal to head that one forward and continue to put us under pressure, put them under pressure. Whitworth settling it down. 1 shot, 1 goal. Don't it suck? Yeah. I was looking at the Charlton game. Matsuda's I was looking at the... Yeah, technically, John. The response there is we've got 3 points on them because they haven't played their match yet. That coming April 8th, we'll be here watching that one against Huddersfield, who I would love for them to find some form now. Now that they're 15 points behind us, Huddersfield can win their way out. Well done by Ogonko reading that one. 70th minute coming up, still no subs for us. And then Sam Smith, McLean gives it to him, and he knocks it down edge of the area, 18 yards, 10 yards away, draws it back to McLean. McLean cross looking for Rodriguez. Nothing. Too far. Or too short, sorry. Easily collected.
Except for that Matty James cross, he's not been on today.
He hasn't been on for a while, to be completely fair. The challenge that I have is, I mean, you've got 7 games left. I just don't think you change things. I would love to see George Evans get an opportunity. I think George Evans has similar passing as Matty James in this level, and with Matty just hasn't been on. Dive in the box, the referee's shaking his head. McGinnis goes down, he's got a smile, and
the ref could see it. There was no contact.
John Lane fancies himself a grade A pessimist. So game in hand for them equals 3 points. Yeah, that's how I kind of calculated. I mean, at the end of the day, do we control our own destiny? No. No, we don't. If Wycombe wins out.
Well, let's go get a couple more goals. Close that difference.
That's the magic, right? Push in the back, free kick given. Ref didn't give it. Oh, I thought the way he raised his hand there, I thought he'd pointed over, and I just didn't hear the whistle. But it's cleared out there. McDonald smashes it out. So Harper, Francis, and Cole come in. Colwill, Yogain, and Purington go out. Or Yogan. Yogan, was he not their best? Well, maybe Hartridge. Hartridge is their best player. But Yogan, wow, only 5.5 on the Flottenholm. I thought he had himself a decent game. There's the sub. Scottish Viking Jesus for J-Rod. And only Fletcher. Come on. I mean, we're up 2-0. It's one of those things that I'm okay with using the windows without changing everything up. EOC's got to go back and get that one in front of McGinnis, and does by getting it back to Ogonko.
What a crap kick that was.
Shanks it over to the right. Have to put in work to the center backs, and it's going to be a throw-in for Exeter City. Yeah, it's just Huddersfield's not in form, right? W&G. You know, historically they're good. I think they're, to be fair, on paper a better squad, but just Huddersfield's got no magic. Sorry for the typing. I think they've had everybody up, to be completely fair. I didn't see when I was looking to know exactly who was there. I envy you for being reasonable. Crawley trying to eke out an existence in up 2-0, the only one in the relegation zone looking to make a push. So Burton, they lost today, 36 points. Crawley, 36 points. Can they make up 6 points to save themselves with 7 or 8 games left? Five goals, the goal differential. McLean with it, knocks it back. Brunt with it, pushes it forward. Rathbone, Brunt through the middle of the pitch. I don't believe so, Thomas. They still have a hardware opportunity. That game's is that in April or in May? The Butte Energy Cup. Is that the one they're still in? Or
yeah.
I'll have to look it up.
It is.
But they have a chance for hardware this year. They still have a chance for second place as well. Anoint Cardiff City as champions again, but beaten champions by Wrexham, as we have taken them out. Dobson with it, scoops over. Matty James, 25 yards out, scooped forward. Sam Smith couldn't get up in the air and get onto that one. So Rodriguez not even on the pitch. Fletcher with it. Longman not able to maintain control, and it's going to come back. Hartridge. McDonald. Right footer all the way up. Brunt standing there, well defended and lost control, and we're going to maintain it with McLean. Well done. Jones, who I haven't said his name the entire game, just got abused by Brunt defensively. Cleared that one away nice and easy. Yeah, I was just trying to think, what cup was it? Is it the Butte? I think it's the Butte Energy we're still in.
It is. Can you not hear me?
So it is?
Yeah.
You're choppy, Brendan.
I
think you said it is. The scoop ball in. Sam Smith looks backwards to find Fletcher. He's got it 20 yards out. Gets it McLean, or gets it to Rathbone. Rathbone left-footed. Saved by Whitworth. That was eerily similar to the first one. I think Turns probably panicking there, thinking that one was going to bang off of him and go into the back of the net again. I feel like our spark has transitioned into take time. Reasonable, up to 76 minutes left. We got 15 minutes to hold. That's just because I appear delayed to everybody. Slow and also in time. The latency of the... I'm usually, 12, 18 seconds behind. Probably most of you watching this. As it's forwarded through. Brunt gets it, knocks it forward. Matty James, right foot, scoops it up, trying to get Fletcher to carry on through. Bad clearance by Turns, and Dobson able to maintain control and keep it. Well done. Opportunity here. He's got McLean behind him. Plays back heel to him. McLean, cross, far post. Nobody there. I thought Yogan was the sub. Or Yogan was the sub. He was marked as the sub. Wow. Whitworth up in the air to clear that one. That was dangerous and up there for both Smith and Fletcher to get to, but jumps up and clears it. Wigan ties it up with Barnsley, and it is the Butte Energy Cup that we're still into. Thank you for that. Birmingham goes up 3-0 on Shrewsbury. Yeah. If we don't get promoted due to goal differential, it's going to hurt my soul. I get it. Subs, Exeter City. Cox. No, that's his last name. McGuinness coming off. Jones coming off. So triple sub. They're clearing the whole bench out. Kudos to all 320 who've traveled over 200 miles to see them today. Absolutely. And they've been good quality as far as the singing goes. Holy motion sickness. Oh, and then we go underway, free kick, and we bash it off the substitute's back of his head. Maintain control. Brunt gets it again. Matty James, accidental back heel, and he's going to fend off his man, push it forward. Fletcher can't get to it. Matty James keeps running through it. It's cleared up in the air and knocked down. Let's go. Dobson, well done, back heel. Longman still with it. 9 yards cross. We just couldn't get around on it and turn on it. We got to get to those subs now. I think we're starting to see legs tire a little bit. Even Sam Smith tired coming back. Give him some minutes off, too, the abuse he takes. Put Marriott out there and pitbull the hell out of it. We're good. W&G has given us personal assurances that it won't come to goal differential. Chris, welcome, my friend. Nice to see you as always. Enjoying this one from Switzerland, or at least I assume that you're still there. Right footer, Exeter City, trying to get that in, blocked away. That's Caleb Watts, the substitute, and he gets bullied over by Rathbone. And Watts puts his hand on it. Love that call. Love that call. Assumed the foul. Did Caleb Watson getting bumped over, grabs the ball with his hands, handball, goes the other way. Love it. Very rarely do you see that. Very rarely do you see that. Oh man, I should know these. It has to be at least 10%, and I think that our way allocation, if total, is somewhere around the 2,000 mark.
Really?
I think it's up at that high. Sometimes I have those good shouts, but I'm looking at Smith, and Sam Smith works his off, but he's also like the physical amount of play that he endures up there is like he gets bumped and prodded and knocked down, and not so much this game, but in other games. I'd like to see him get a couple of minutes off if he can. Clearance hits Dobson in the head. Nobody knows where it is. It goes straight up above his head. Exeter City able to maintain control. 9 minutes away from finding out how much time we've got as added time. I don't think there should be a lot in this. That's actually a potential pen. Going to be a corner. They were shouting for it, but Cox, I think we got the shoulder up over top of him and pulled him down. I think the question could be asked. Like, I could see why.
Can you pull a guy down while you're heading it? That's what that was.
Well, but if you put your right hand and you use him as a prop to be able to get up there and pull him down, sure. I'd like to have another look at it. The angle that we had looked like it was questionable. And John, one more goal for us, please. Yes, right-footed in swinger goes way too far. That was useless as it lands 12 yards past the goal and just bounces out. Nothing in it. Barney is going to be the sub. So we're going to save the last window for the 88th minute and bring it in. It's just going to be one change. Barney on for Longman. Oh, interesting. Mark Griffith says maybe he had his best 90 minutes. No, Bolton was his best game, I think. Ogonkwo. Cue the Flintstone music. Thump. Headed forward, Fletcher tries to get it, can't. Sam Smith doing work, tries to bump it to him, can't do it. Exeter City, nope, can't. They can't clear it. As Rathbone gets in the way. Fletcher settles the ball at his feet, 2 men on. Then he gets dispossessed. Exeter City with it. Rathbone has to step away from the challenge, wisely so. And the work is on. 83rd minute. It should be a throw in for us. Was knocked out. Clear, easy as McMillan just lost control. And Rolls out harmlessly. McLean with it. You don't need to throw it forward. Throw it back. Line up this way, but then just go turn around and give it to Brunt. I would have liked the possession keep, but it doesn't matter. As Kluwer steps in front on the clearance. Fletcher trying to get there. Says I was grabbed. Dances in front. Nice little moves. Oh, an opportunity short side. Tries to hammer it there. One-man army through 3 people. Gets grabbed and pulled and beats them both, and the ball lands on his feet. Short side. He's got to take his chance there. Did he have an option? Shoulder barge. Go through one. Beat the other. Stiff arm the other one off. Could he have laid that back? Sam Smith right there. I think he could have. But not going to begrudge him for taking a chance. Flintstone music command. I'll work on that afterwards. Fair tackle, says Chilowitz, and we're going to go the other way. Caleb, the young sub, not able to do that. Dispossessed, and here's Rathbone. Got McLean down his left side. Does he give it to him? He does. Flicks it over. 3 men in the box now. Far side. Fletcher just missed that one, and I don't know if McDonald got his head to it right before, but that was there for Fletcher. Great service and delivery, and we'll go for a corner on the right-hand side. Is that our first corner of the game? Wrexham. No, it's not. 3 of them. There is no park the bus here, is there? That was almost number 3. It was Red and White Army. Red and White Army. Yeah, I'll take an 8th goal of the season from Max. John, let's do it. In swinger, going far post. Fletcher's got to push it back. Does. Max was in the area, but it's get freed down. Drawn back. Rathbone, chip it up. Max Rathbone shot. Couldn't sneak it by Whitworth. Well done. Nice little touch there by Kluwer to get it over to Rathbone. I like it. It's beautiful.
Got to put more on that.
Yes, Stephen. And there, what was it? The 35th, 36th minute where he made that save. The punch out that went out, knocked to the ground. It was there to be taken. Exeter City takes that shot from about 16 yards out, 15 yards out, an absolute bullet. And if Algonquin could have sat there and rolled around on the ground and moaned and tried to draw a foul, but instead he got himself up and just made the damn save. You got to give him credit for that. It's like Rathbone just read his contract and realized that he gets a bonus if he gets more goals. Let me find some in these boots. 4 minutes until we find out how much added time. What are we saying on added time? 2 minutes? Hasn't been much in it. Handball. I've never seen that. Handball and Reese Cole for Exeter City turns around and claps and see, I was like, was he actually applauding him or was that insulting? But there goes the yellow card. So it's been like the protest there. Rathbone having a chuckle with him. So no more windows left. 86th minute, Lee coming on. Who's he taking off? Dobson, you'd think. Oh, Sam Smith. I'll take that. Interesting that it's Lee instead of Marriott, but I guess does that mean we're sliding back and just going to leave one forward, one a little bit added control? I just like Marriott for his dogged determination. Not saying Lee's not a pit bull, but Marriott to me is next level. Stephen Reed, 12 minutes of added time. Where did you source that from? There we go. 1 to 2 minutes, I mean. Thank you. Shrewsbury trying to make it close. Score to make it 4-1. Shrewsbury going down. That's a good thing. The only thing that would make me happy is if Tranmere was to fall down in League 2, but I think they're going to end up being safe. Peterborough going down would make me happy too, but that's not going to happen either. Well done, Fletch. Forces a throw in, tick it off. The clock keeps ticking, searching for the ball. Whistle blows. Why? All the sub windows are over. So what could that be about? Absolutely. Stops Birmingham from having another clean sheet. Fair enough. They're one behind us, right? And as far as most clean sheets for any team, so that keeps us ahead of them. Hartridge, 35 yards out, looking to put it into the area. Dangerous. Ogonko, well done, comes out and collects that over top of Sonny Cox. Sonny Cox, much preferred to his twin Cloudy Cox. Crawley, the boots to Rotherham. If there were bonus points for goal scoring,
Kicked out of bounds by Okonkwo again. No
yeah,
shot.
have to have one every game, right? Never stop chuckling when AO goes to ground and kicks his feet like a kid lounging on a picnic. 1 minute till we get the shout as to how much added time. Exeter City struggling to come forward. We had, in the previous game, what was I watching? Stockport versus Burton Albion. Burton didn't do anything until the 88th, 89th minute, scored one and then tried to make a push late. Could have been a handball there from Rathbone, would have been close. He's being held on to and a little bit of pushy shovey. I like that. Drag it into the mud a little bit. Keep him focused on other things than just trying to score goals. There's a bad header there. Leaves it for Fletcher. Instead, gets it to McLean. McLean looking, cross coming. Lee says, give it to me. Instead, McLean knocks it out and we'll take a corner. See that big gap in the stands there on the other side of the goal? That just rolls out as the car's right there. Crawley tries to win every game 5-4. Unfortunately, most games they forget to score and the other team doesn't. McLean playing great football for his age. I'll say that. Just great football generally. It's going to be Rathbone service, right-footed in-swinger from the left-hand side. 5 minutes of out of time. Where did they get that from? Oh, Fletcher had an opportunity. Far post. He couldn't get there, having to deal with Hartridge, who was all over him. They just kind of give a high five. I thought he just had to get that down a little bit. He just couldn't get there. He had to move to the outside of Hartridge, and when he did, he was low. Couldn't elevate himself up over top of the ball to be able to get that one down. Other than Dobson's passing, what was off today? Foul given there. Clueworth with the challenge on Harper.
The referee's shorts were the next biggest issue.
The biggest story. 5 minutes of out of time. Where do they find that? I think he had a goal. Did we have an extended break for an injury or anything? Longman went down in the first half. Lee to McLean. Harper, gets in front of that. Not Harper. Harper? Young? Harper. Exeter City still with it. Gets it forward. Caleb Watts, right-hand side.
McLean's knocked down like 4 or 5 balls today. He's doing well defensive, maybe more.
Yeah, Harper with it now where they're 20 yards out, gets it out further wide. And the nice thing is they keep having to come back and to refresh, and I'm all for it there. McMillan over on the left-hand side gets it up to Harper, knocked out, force him to a throw. Time ticking. Time keeps on ticking, ticking, ticking.
Into the future.
Steven said they heard me say 12 and had to get at least part of the way there. Long throw into the area. Whoa. Headed away by us, but glanced over top. And so McLean had to run over.
Jesus.
Takes his time.
Arthur, come on.
Well done, McLean. Draws it back to Ogonko as McLean playing silly buggers there with Sonny Cox chasing after him. I would have liked to have seen McLean, to be fair, after he had Sonny Cox.
Don't ever give the ball to Okonkwo, please. That's just stupid.
Sorry?
Don't ever give the ball to Okonkwo to play it at his feet. I mean,
yeah, no, that's why I would have liked to have seen him hammered down. I loved everything about that play and the pullback. Oh, dangerous! Ogonko can't go out there and clear it, but instead it's headed on to McLean, who crane kicks that into the air, and it ends up bouncing around off Lee and cleared again. Absolutely, Ken. Brunt headed it away. McLean gets it over. He's going to let it roll, take the throw in. Well done by him to read that it was off of them. 2 minutes to go. And as Ken says, no minute saved, no rest for the wicked here on this one. Jason, McLean's biggest fan. Thanks, James. I enjoy the community. I mean, we always find something to go on, whether it's Tukes or poutine or Clamato juice. Today is the Daves. Always seems to be something party time. You can hear it in the background. Time to get ready for the day. Dad's going to be free soon. Harper gets it over. Cluworth with it. Intercepts it, lifts it in the air. Does it stay in? Doesn't. Goes out for a throw in. Exeter fans making their way to the exits. Love it. Love it. Don't jinx it, JB. Don't jinx it. The second half goal was Rodriguez on a penalty. Right foot straight through the middle of the net, and Whitworth dove to the left-hand side. Yeah, Dave, I'm jealous. Make sure you send photos, and we should actually probably, you've got the VDO link. If you can link while you're in there, pre-game or halftime, I'm sure Brendan can find a way to get you in. As we play this one down, 45 seconds. Don't do it, Kim. As they come forward, Kim, what did you do? Right-footed into the area. Has to spin and turn. Rathbone there challenging, looking for the cross, lifted up, over, dangerous, headed away. Lots of gold jerseys sitting in the box. Matty James lays it back to McLean, who just thumps the tar out of it, turns it around. And did he just clap at the Exeter fans after he thumped that one out? Unbeaten in 6 were Exeter. 95th minute coming up, knocked away by James. Just got to get possession and a clear, and there's the whistle. 3 points. Put them on the board. Yee-hoo. On a day where things could have been very, very dark and gloomy, with Stockport taking points, Charlton taking points, Wycombe taking points, we do exactly what was asked of us against a team that in form, undefeated in 6, and we stop that one. Still got time in the Wycombe one for a miracle from Lincoln City, 4 minutes into added time there, sitting 1-0. As you look at things, sitting 77 points, yes, Wycombe has a game in hand behind us at 74, but this is damn good. Let's go. Another clean sheet. Tack that one onto the list. League leading in that regard. 7 games left. 77 points. And if we're looking at 89, 90 points, you're now at 4 wins needed. 4 wins and a tie needed. We think should be enough as I need to go to Andy's graphic. And when I say Andy's graphic, I'm talking the one that he puts together with the run-in. Who do we have left? Cambridge United 23rd overall, Burton Albion 21st overall. Cambridge is actually 22nd now. They just moved up. That's not Andy's fault. That's just a change. And Wigan Athletic mid-table, Bristol Rovers mid-table, and out of it so that they can't probably move up. Blackpool, which hopefully by then they're out of it. The tough game against Charlton at home, which could be important. Could be the game clinch, the promotion clinching one, to be completely fair. If I was to make a prediction on the over-under, I would look at that one. And then Lincoln City away is 12th. Compare that to what's coming for Wycombe. Reading, 8th. Huddersfield, 6th. Stevenage, 13th. Bolton, 7th. Charlton, 4th. Leyton Orient, 9th. Stockport County, 5th. If you're looking at the table, this is where the rubber hits the road. We've done our heavy swinging now, other than the Charlton one. We've got an opportunity here to really push. Charlton now, even with their win today, they're even on games played, and they're 8 points back. That's tough with 7 games remaining. Stockport, 9 points back, even on points. Brendan, summarize the game and then tell me what your thoughts are when you sit there and you look at the table.
I thought we played well. I mean, you would have liked a few more chances, but we played hard. We played well. I think this group that he has rolling out there now are playing well together. They've only been getting better. This wasn't some sort of outstanding game. It was just a good, solid performance. If this is what we get from them against the next 4 or 5 games, then we'll have that 90 points pretty quickly.
Yeah, and you look at it, you can run through this: Cambridge, Burton, Wigan, Bristol. 2 of them at home, 2 of them on the road. Take care of business. Like, this is, hopefully not the time where they end up getting a little lackadaisical, but the fire's got to be in their belly. The finish line is too close to end up having one of those stinker games, knock on wood, and whatever you need, where you come out and you're up against a lesser opponent and you're thinking, you've got to look around. Everybody, like last weekend, a little bit different. There were lots of teams at the top of the table that lost, but you have to sort of expect that the teams around you are going to be winning. And if you lose and you give away points and they take, you make it near impossible. There's not a lot of room for error, especially if Wycombe goes on the monumental run, right? The next game that they've got is their last powder puff. Shrewsbury Town, 24th worst team in the league. We play Cambridge United, 23rd. But then after that, it really hits the wall for them. And teams all hoping for promotion, except for maybe Stevenage. Stevenage, by the time they get to April 12th, might be, okay, we're middle of the table. We're not getting relegated. We're not getting promoted. So that one could be something. But I think we've taken care of Charlton and Stockport in the absence of completely falling apart. I don't think it's there for them to chase us down. We've got goal differential advantage as well on both of them. We've got points, 8-9 points advantage on them. I think that one you can put away. This is officially declare it as such a two-horse race all the way through. Just going to check the chat and then jump into the stats here. Where are we? Deagle says 2 plus 2 goal differential, which was nice. A little bit frustrating that Charlton put up as many as they did. Jeannie, you're very welcome. That was an amazing game. Loved it. The effort was there. Give Parky some credit. He recruited these guys specifically for the reason they run in. They're dialed in. And another reminder: the Eat More Chips podcast had their 100th episode. It's their first one on YouTube. Go and give their channel some love. They need the subscriber attention. Eat More Chips. They did they went through a gauntlet for their 100th episode. They did the replay of the last match that we had. They did the preview of the Exeter City, the last match against Stockport. They did a preview of the Exeter one, and they did an interview sort of roundtable where they had myself, they had Josh from the local pundit, they had Rousey from the Rousey podcast down in Australia, all joined, and we chatted all things Wrexham fans, international fans, local fans, community, favorite, best player of the season, that sort of stuff. It's a great listen, so go and check them out. But we talked about it there, going back to the comment from Alex about giving Parky credit. Is I talked about that, about if you were to give a scorecard on Parky, where is it? And I said, love him for his recruitment, the passing the Plonker test, getting guys that are going to buy in. Love him for the structure he does. He recruits well, even if it's ugly wins. We're able to. The system he has gets you those ugly wins. Proof is in the pudding. My only criticism, the game management. Who's not playing? Who is playing well? How do we come up with a plan B? I think he's a little bit weak on there, but at the end of the day, who gives a crap? We keep getting points. Full-time, Wycombe got it. Thanks, John Lane, for that. Not great for us, but that's fine. Stockport's next 4 are against teams with nothing to play for. Stevenage, Exeter City, Rotherham, Peterborough United. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that one pans out. We've got teams full of fire and brimstone in Cambridge and Burton Albion trying desperately to get points to avoid relegation. Do you want to go table, Brendan? Or are we already up there?
I did the table while you were talking about it. I have the stats up.
Okay, let's go to the stats for me. Possession, Exeter City 52% to our 48%. Expected goals 1.58. 8 shots, 6 on target. 2 big chances, 1 of them missed. We were a little bit below the average for our accurate passes at for a number of passes, 255. I mean, that I'm somewhat surprised, only because you look at the stats pregame and what did I say Exeter City is a team that's known for? Not a team that that gets a lot of opportunities, but they're efficient. 8 total shots, 1 on target, but really nothing out of it. Corner 6-4 in favor of them. You go through the XG and open play versus set play. Really, we got at that 0.8 bonus that you get with a penalty, and so that's a significant contributor there to the XG. But really, 0.24 and 0.02 on open play. And I think that's pretty much sums things up. The second half. I want to click on the second half button because they dominated us with touches in the opposition box in the first half. In the second half, when they're chasing the game and you'd expected we would line up and park the bus a little bit, we had 15 touches in the opposition box to their 5. That's crazy. That's a lot. Great win. Yes. I'm just going through. Great win. We go again. We continue to chip away. Ken, you are more than welcome. Thank you for joining. Like button down below, subscribe button if you haven't been here. If you're over on Twitch and you want to come over, do that. YouTube at the Red Horde and hit that. We should be guaranteed. Oh, we're guaranteed a playoff. Absolutely. Because the drop off, if you're going to go back to my League One table, the drop off down to 7th place Huddersfield sixth place. Reading now is 62 points. That's a 15-point difference. So Reading, they've got 7 games left. The max number of points that they can get is 77. It's already clinched. Mathematically, I didn't expect it to be mathematically. I was going to say all but. Is my math right there? 5, 6, 7 games times 3. Oh, 7 times 3 is 21. I don't know where I got 5 times 3. It's 21. So the most number of points that Reading can get is 83 points. And so we need 5 more points to mathematically guarantee, or they drop 5 points. We're good. We're at least in the playoffs, but that's not where we want to be. Thanks, Deagle Boy, for joining in. Why was it blocked? Did you get blocked? I don't know.
His X account, your X account.
Oh, they had me for counterfeit, and I just didn't appeal. I read it, and they say I was pretending to be myself, I guess. I don't know, but I'm not worried about it. Elon Musk can pound sand, and I'm not going to go back. So I know that will hurt on the promotion side of things, but stuff it. That's my take on it. The only frustrating thing that I found out is even when you're blocked, if you are paying, because you had to pay the $7 a month to be able to stream, they block you, but they still take your money. So I thought that was cheeky. But yeah, Reading could hit 86. Did I get my math wrong? Seven times 3 is 21. And 21 plus 62 is 83. Is my math right there? No one you want is still on there. That's fair. So I'm on Blue Sky if you want to go over and check that out, although I'm not as frequently posting as much. But usually I just take advantage of the post here. If you haven't, one thing to consider is if you look down below on YouTube, there's a tiny little bell somewhere, or there has been. I don't see it today, actually.
Notifications, yep.
No, but turn your notifications on, hit that little button, and that'll keep you posted even when I just do a little post. Let's talk about what's coming up here. I'll bring up that you guys are on tomorrow at the race course, Britain Ferry for the second time in the battle for second. Yes.
Yes.
And so that one's starting, and I don't know the start time off of that. Is that a 2:00 start? So it'll be six out on the West Coast, 9 on the East Coast, 2:00
Yes.
over in UK, correct?
Yes.
All right. And then for us, we're going to basically anticipate that we're going to have double header Saturdays all the way through here. There's one weekend that we won't be because I don't think they have an early game, and that's I think April 1st. But just going to go through the matches, and I can get the bridal, the bridal. What am I talking about? What's the name of the movie again?
Princess Bride.
What movie are you guys watching on after the Cardiff game on the 6th? Princess Bride. Princess Bride. That'll be on April 6th. So for us, as we go through things, join us next weekend as we take we'll watch. We've got the early game next weekend, I believe. Yes, we do. March 29th. No, we've got the late game. So we're going to be on early in the morning with Huddersfield Charlton Athletic. The Wycombe games, just unfortunately for us, are always on at the same time as us. There's really no crossover except for one game, I think, at the end. But so Charlton Athletic, Huddersfield, Saturday, March 29th, 5:30 a.m. out on the West Coast, 8:30 out.
Yeah, we already watched that game. That was today.
Oh, that was today. What am I talking about? March 29th. That's today. Tuesday. We're back. Just a single game on Tuesday, Cambridge. April 5th, that's the game that we've got the early one. And we've got Burton Albion at home. 4:30 a.m. start. Yikes. 7:30 on the East Coast, 12:30 over in the UK. And that we'll follow that one up with Charlton Athletic Lincoln City for the reasons that I identified. There's no real other game. There might be a couple other ones that we can pick up if we're interested, but that'll be the game that'll be the focus. And then the following Tuesday, April 8th, we don't play. That's the day that Wycombe Wanderers have their makeup game with Huddersfield Town. And so we will be there 11:45 to watch that one, or at least I will be. I don't know if Brendan's going to be able to make that one. We'll chat. Following that up, April 12th, another doubleheader. We've got Wigan again, the early game, 4:30 in the morning start. And then we'll go Cambridge United, Charlton Athletic. We may change that one to Stockport, but that's basically where it's at. Birmingham is guaranteed playoff position, even if they wanted to lose every game. So lots of stuff happening, lots of action. I'm going to try and keep everything updated. Hit the notification button so you can know where things are going on. Brendan, summarize where we're at, your thoughts?
We're in an exciting time. Women's team's playing well, playing great. We have a lot of important games to watch, and it's going to be an exciting finish up to town.
Yep, absolutely. For everybody going over, Dave, enjoy it. It's not the daylight standard time change. I think I've got those in there. It's going to swap back to the 4:30 from the 5:30 start today. So that's going to happen. Dave, enjoy yourself over there. Jason, I think you're still a week and a half away from getting over there. But I should send to Jason the video link. Dave, you should already have that. If you get the opportunity just to log in with your phone, and apparently they said that there's new Wi-Fi installed in the latest Fearless and Devotion podcast that they did. The other thing that I'm working on is trying to do a full metric analysis of at least the turnover and get the historical data and make some nice little pretty graphs so I can go through the turnover conversation and have those discussions. So I know that Rob Ryan Red, Fearless and Devotion, Local Pundit, they all did the chat about the recent numbers that have come out of Wrexham, which are gobsmacking. I think we were higher than any team in turnover in League One and League Two, record setting in League Two.
More than 7 teams in the championship.
And 7 teams in the championship. And that was while as a League Two squad. The biggest thing for me is I still think we're leaving millions on the table because we can't figure out the TV streaming stuff and the iFollow hiccups and just constant problems. The ticket or the merchandise jersey selling problem that they had last year. Lots of room for cleanup. The time for drinking the fire hose. Hopefully they've got that fire hose under control and Williams can do that. Might talk about that more in the off season because it's all positive from here. I'm going to say goodbye or wrap this one up. Thank you to everybody that was there. Chris and Dave for the contributions. Subscribe, like. Thank you so much to Brendan for everything he does in the background. W&G for their contributions. To Bryn and to Dave Foster for covering for Deandra. This community rocks. It's a nice little microcosm of all of the things that are amazing about Wrexham, and I thank you guys for it. We'll see you tomorrow, and then I'll follow that up on Tuesday. Have a good one, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. And yes, Dave.